didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sacktown Sports.
Now it's Saturday. That wasn't our normal thing. I'm not walking over there before I get my coffee. Y'all didn't. Y'all probably don't care, but that won't stop us. We had my guess is the Drive guys were playing the picks live on the air, and so that messed up our little mini board in here. So
actually, I believe it was Emil.
Oh, is it Emil? Thanks, Emil. So when we walked in, it didn't sound like the open was on, and then it took us a second to figure out it was a TV. And then by the time we switched the buttons to, it was too late. So yeah. All right.
Thanks, Emil.
Well, better now than on.
Oh my gosh, you're just lame.
Yeah, sorry, Katie. Better now than on a Friday.
Yeah, exactly. Wouldn't want that to happen on a Friday.
Yeah. And by Friday, I meant Monday. Yeah. Good morning.
Good morning.
Hey, good morning. How are you?
Good to be with you.
It's great to be with you. It's great to be with everyone else. It's great to be with everybody. Ooh, I get to be the first in the chat. Hi. Oh, no.
Burned.
I wasn't the first.
That was me. It's my ghostwriter.
It's Mark saying, good morning, Mr. Carmichael.
Oh, Carmichael Dave.
Carmichael Dave. That's my barbecue name. Carmichael Dave. Yes, it is Friday. Welcome in. Good morning, Chris.
Good morning.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
He's giggly.
He is. It's a giggling Friday. Yeah, I got, you know, I don't know what I got here. I'm efforting somebody to come on to talk about the new Niners wide receiver, Pearsall, from
Ricky
Pearsall from Gainesville, Florida. This gentleman who we're confirming for today, so we'll leave that as a fun surprise. So we have the draft. We're going to do grades today.
Yes, actually, every pick.
Every pick.
A, B, A, C, D.
Yeah.
B, C, A, D, B.
Nailed
Minus.
it. Minus. You ever have one of those multiple choices? You didn't study, you just go C the whole way through? Yeah. We've all been there. It's not a good feeling.
I think my greatest school story of all time in college had a test that was maybe it was 25 questions on the old Scantron.
Yes.
And 25% of it was what you wrote in the blue book. So like your,
yeah,
you know, not a story, but your essay.
Yes, your essay.
I was not prepared.
Once upon a time.
Did not like the class.
Yeah.
And I did my best to guess. Mm-hmm. I got all 25 right on the Scantron.
You're kidding me.
It's a miracle.
Wow.
And to show how bad I was, then I filled, pages of, and got basically like a few points on that, like terrible grade on the essay.
Nailed the Scantron.
Yeah. But I got like a C+ because I got everything right on the.
And you were guessing for a while.
Well, maybe not 100%,
but 90.
Pretty close.
Wow. That is one of those. Yeah.
I mean, there was a really good chance I was going to get like a 12 on the overall score.
Sure.
And I got like a 78, which I still think to this day is a miracle.
That's one of those things like a betting spree where you can't miss.
It made me wonder, like afterwards, like, that's great. Then I left. I go, wait, did they run mine through the Scantron? Did that like mine just slip? And like, oh,
I don't want to deal with Ross again.
Yeah.
100%.
This guy.
Like I'd be that way. I'd be a terrible teacher. There's like crappy kids. I just want to get them through.
Yeah.
Or if they were like, or the other part is maybe if they were crappy kids, I'd just be like, no, I'm sorry.
Lay down the hammer.
Just lay down the hammer.
I'll see you again next fall.
I have a friend who's a teacher and a really good friend of mine in high school. And I have a lot like my grandfather, my cousin, my other cousin, I think my Aunt Ronnie, we have 6 current or former teachers in our like immediate extended family, if that makes sense. Like one step removed.
Sure.
Don't we have 2 cousins?
No, I don't know why I said it like that, but my cousin Tantra, who teaches in the Oakland area, and then my cousin Gabrielle, who also teaches. Anyways, like being a teacher is a big thing in our family, right? And like I'm one of those, like, I love teachers. I respect them. They make a difference. Like, they're not all great, obviously, just like there's no thing where, but I really have a lot of respect for people that devote their lives to, educating children and making differences. And they really do. We talk all the time about how we're an escape, and, does what we do really mean anything? Not the big scheme, but it's, like that means something. They have these kids come through. They have them for 1 year in most cases, and they try to make an impact on their lives. Like, what a rewarding job. Also, you couldn't, like, the list of things you could put in front of me ahead of being a teacher. You want to talk about, like, just no way, dude. Like, the stories I hear now, where you're basically so handcuffed as a teacher. First off, it's like, what is it? I forget the comedian that did the bit, but was like, how whacked out in the head do you have to want to be a teacher? Like, you get paid okay.
If you're lucky.
So you can pay your loans.
Yeah, so you pay off your student loans, and you have 30 kids in front of you.
If you're lucky, that's only 30.
That their hormones are exploding. They're beating the hell out of each other. They don't want to learn math, and you have to teach them math. And why are they those kids? Because they just happen to live in the neighborhood around the school. There's nothing special. They just happen to be there.
Yeah, you didn't recruit them.
Do it for 30 years, and maybe 40, you'll be the head of the department and get a watch, a retirement, and move on. Not really a ton of room for advancement in most cases.
I have a feeling if you were a teacher, you would give an assignment so that everybody would work and then you could play.
100%.
What's your game right now?
It's Royal Match. Which
I
Chris,
get some quality Royal.
by the way,
Match
Chris sent me I just reset my account again. I got to the point where it's just too lame. So I was like, I'll start over, because it's just a time suck. I'm not trying to, like, spend money on little rockets and stuff.
You don't have to spend money.
What do you mean?
You'd have to spend.
By the
money.
way, is that really yours?
Yeah.
That's a screenshot, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Where'd you get the screen? Your screenshot?
Yes.
That's you?
Yes.
You played it on your phone?
Yes.
Come in here and show me that. Show me. He sent me a
Why, you're doubting where he is, or what got
it's
you?
where he
that
is.
was actually from a couple days ago.
Dude, he sent me a screenshot of his account that he just got to level 4,000. 4,000 on Royal Match. I thought he just Googled it. I'm on level. This is my second run through. I'm on level. I won't. Are you kidding me?
Can I say,
dude? What the hell? How much have you?
4,037.
When did you start playing it?
Yesterday.
October.
Oh, I hate him. It just it gets old and annoying to me, right? Like, I don't want to. I get frustrated. Obviously, he doesn't. He's like more than double my level. And
You just have to use your power-ups correctly.
You hear that? You hear that? Stuck up Royal Match guy, right?
It's the haves and the have-nots.
Seriously. Like, I'm incorrectly using my power-ups.
Well, Chris is doing it better.
Like, I'm waiting to get the, like, little magic ball you get every 10.
Yeah, that doubles everything.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I'm being strategic. I'm looking for, like, oh, here's a propeller up here. Okay, a couple of matches, bring it down, go. Like, yes. But then you just get to the ones where it's like, oh, I can't. And it's so depressing when you lose the super magic ball. So that's where you spend all your stuff. And you got to do the volcano. Anyway, 4,037.
I knew that would upset you.
It really pisses me off. That actually ruined my day. Anyway, I mean, honestly, kind of ruined my day. Let's go back to teaching. I'm gonna get mad. So what really gets me, though, is that, like, we'll have conversations, when everyone's telling stories about their job. The amount of things he will share sometimes where it's like, Oh yeah, Billy threw a rock at Natalie, and I had to bring him in, and we had to have like a parent-teacher conference. Like, it doesn't always happen this way, but the amount of times that the kid screws up and then the parents come in and blame him and the school for what little Billy did, and little Billy certainly didn't do that unless he was provoked, and there's no way, and it's your response. The amount, it really makes me wish in some cases, like, you have to fill out, and by the way, I know this can't work, but you have to like fill out, like, you have to show like a credit score. You have to have the right debt to income ratio. You have to save up and down. Like, to get a house is impossible, right? But you can just have a kid.
Oh yeah.
Doesn't matter.
Right.
Just have a kid.
Many of them.
And yes, I'm very aware that there's some, no one's advocating that only certain people should have kids, but I will say this, some people should not.
Right. Like,
straight up. And the amount, it really makes me worry about our future in the sense that the lack of accountability, like, God forbid if somebody at one of my kids' schools, a teacher or a vice principal, whatever, called me because Avery or Mason did something wrong, I wouldn't even investigate as to whether they did it wrong. It would be their fault just for being in the vicinity. I would be incredibly embarrassed and come down on them with the thunder of Thor's hammer type of, like, it would, you just couldn't do that.
Dork.
But the amount of like lack of responsibility,
right?
It's like teachers and parents should be partners at best. Have a relationship, email, have
not
a
adversaries,
not adversaries. Absolutely not. I mean, teachers are incredible. I understand the whole teachers union controversy and all that and blah, blah, blah. But like, I feel like teachers should be paid like doctors and dentists, man. Like, for real. Yeah. Like, every teacher should be making six figures. Every teacher, every dollar that we have extra. I mean, I know I'm getting kind of political, but I feel like education shouldn't be political. Like, we should have, I know. We should have cathedrals for schools, man. We should have, I mean, everywhere. Like, that should be our big thing. Education is a silver bullet. And I see that crap happening. Now I'm watching one kid try to get into college, and good luck, dude. It is a nightmare out there trying to get into college. Anyways, so hey, NFL draft was yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's what I had in my mind today. It's just that's what really grinds my gears. So shout out to teachers. That's what I say.
Hug a teacher today.
You hug a teacher today. It may not be Hug a Teacher Day, but hug a teacher today. Let them know you appreciate them, because you know what? Other than you, the parent, they're probably the most responsible for how your kid turns out. And that's a pretty big deal, considering they only get 1 year and get paid like $19 an hour to do it.
Right.
When we come back, we will get into yesterday, the NFL draft. That was the big deal. NBA playoffs back, and we've already got one series almost over. We'll get to some baseball. We'll continue our exit interviews. Monty McNair is going to be part of that today as well. We'll get to Domantas Sabonis. Hopefully we have time there. So we're getting some pretty big names in there. It's Dave, it's Chris, it's Jason. It is a Friday fun and games. Don't forget that. But we'll come back with leading off next.
Harrison Barnes plays here.
Harrison Barnes drives it, hammers it. The Black Falcon soaring into the night sky on a Monday evening in Northern California.
Sacktown Sports is your proud home of the Sacramento Kings.
Want more speed? Well, Xfinity just increased their internet speeds, and they're faster than ever. It's time to get more out of your internet with faster speeds from Xfinity. Now through June 21st, get 150 megabit Xfinity internet for only $19.99 a month for 12 months with a 1-year contract. That's double the speed for the same great price. Click, call, or visit a store today. Requires paperless billing and autopay with stored bank account. Restrictions apply. Equipment, taxes, and other charges extra. After promo, regular rates apply. Actual speeds vary.
Whitey here, reminding you that not all gas grills are created equal. Bring out all the delicious flavors in your grilled meats with the amazing Napoleon Prestige and Prestige Pro line of outdoor cookers. My Napoleon Stainless Steel Pro Series gas grill has turned me into a grilling pro with features other grills cannot match. They're built different, built better, built to last. Made with premium stainless steel that boasts quality and a lifetime warranty. I may never want to cook indoors again. Napoleon grills and accessories are now available at your nearby Amy's, Ace Hardware in Sacramento, and now El Dorado.
Let's do it. Leading off, the 3 top stories in the morning.
Huge news. This is very important.
Here's cut number 1.
With the first pick in the 2024 NFL Draft, the Chicago Bears select Caleb Williams, quarterback, Southern California.
All right. Well, no surprise there. You never know until the draft actually happens. But no surprise, the Chicago Bears, they go with Caleb Williams as their number one pick in the draft. And we'll see, Jason, because the Chicago Bears have, and we've talked about this before, it's one of the craziest things in sports that does not get talked about enough. The Chicago Bears' luck with quarterbacks is it's non-existent.
Right.
Team's been around for 100 years, and
nothing really.
Nothing. You know, when you look back since, I don't even want to go back into the 70s, and, you know, I get that there's, you know, like dude who played in 1950, but when you look back and you go Jim McMahon, Rex Grossman, Jay Cutler.
I think Cutler in our lifetime has been the best quarterback.
Yeah.
Now Grossman got him to a Super Bowl. McMahon won a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
But
yeah, exactly. And
they drafted Fields, could have been the guy, and now they've moved on already.
Well, we knew. I'm pretty sure day of the draft it was up. Ohio State quarterback and Chicago Bears quarterback. Never going to work because Ohio State is the Chicago Bears of quarterbacks in college. Now you got USC, and this kid is the best prospect across the board in the draft. Doesn't mean he's going to work out, but he's the best prospect across the board. So they bring in a highly ranked wide receiver as well to go with some of their wide receivers. It'll be interesting to see how that works out on the field. You certainly hope that, you know, I mean, dog in the fight. I don't care about the Bears, but the NFL is better when the Chicago Bears are doing well. They're just one of those teams that's a tentpole team for the NFL. They're obviously doing fine without them, but a lot of Bears fans, a lot of diehard. I appreciate Bear fans because you got to be diehard to be a Bears fan.
Yeah, and they should be excited about what the potential is. You go number one in a draft that 6 of the top 12 had QBs. They got the first one of the group. It's just history shows us and would suggest that when you take that many, several aren't going to work. And so, man, everybody always invests and tries to find the next great QB.
You'd think with the Bears, though, one would.
You would think.
You just think at some point, luck of the draw, where you're drafting. It's not like they're pulling them all in the third round or something like that, you know. Either way, be interesting. And let's go football. Hurry up. Let's start it right now. They should do the draft. You know, it's like WNBA. You know what? I like that.
Yeah.
You do the draft, you're going to see them in a month.
Right.
Let's go. Let's start it. Let's go. Let's make the NFL season 26 games. And
what could go wrong?
What could go wrong?
Yeah.
Start it in July. Number 2, please. Number 2. Court number 2. Something's sticking on the board. Oh, Chris is getting mad. Maybe too much Royal Match.
Yeah.
Cut number 2. 31st pick in the 2024 NFL Draft. The San Francisco 49ers select Ricky Pearsall, wide receiver, Florida.
It's kind of like we talked about yesterday. No idea. No idea. We can only talk about fit and past performance in college. I trust John Lynch. There's no reason as a Niner fan for me not to, because for every we pick Trey Lance in the 3rd round, of course, there's a Brock Purdy, or there's a Brandon Ayuk, or there's a Deebo Samuel, or whatever it is. Like, he is far from infallible, but he sure as hell ain't Trent Baalke, and they've built a wonderful team. Now, I think what every 49er fan thought when that pick was made, when you use a first-round pick, when you need safety help, or you need, you know, secondary help, including safety, when you need line help, and you're going with a skill position, you're going with, I mean, it's almost the antithesis of what Aaron Rodgers got in the Packers, where the Niners are just so prone to pick skill positions, and they pick a wide receiver when they've got George Kittle, when they have Christian McCaffrey, when they have Deebo Samuel, when they have Brandon Ayuk. It's the obvious rumor that's out there, but I cannot imagine a world, Jason, where they go into next season with Deebo Samuel and Brandon Ayuk.
And Pearsall and Kittle.
Right. And it sound and if you're reading the tea leaves, and again, this
rumors all over the place yesterday with Ayuk.
Yeah, with Ayuk. If I'm reading the tea leaves, and a lot of people are coming to the same conclusion, there's a noted difference in John Lynch's conversations about Brandon Ayuk and those talks, where he's like, yeah, we're having good talks. And then he's kind of skirting around the Deebo Samuel situation. And this may be smoke. Then you add the fact that Pearsall and Ayuk were college roommates or teammates, excuse me. It would seem like, well, we think it's Ayuk, but actually it's Deebo that's the one that they may move. And, Deebo is one of the best offensive weapons in the NFL when healthy. But I do kind of get the feeling, for money, everything, if they were going to move off one of them, it would be Deebo. And there's Mike Silver thinks there may be a move today for him on day 2. Just be very interesting to see what they get for him.
Yeah. I mean, it's obviously you're always trying to acquire more talent, even if you feel like you've got needs in other areas. When the Niners pick an offensive player, I always feel like it's not his pick, but like, what did Shanahan see?
Right.
He's such a brilliant offensive mind. It's like, how is he envisioning him already? And that's where I always go to. It's like, okay, I didn't think they'd go wide receiver, but they did.
Yeah.
What's he seeing here? What's the plan?
Well, we have, it's a great thing. The one great thing about social media is that it gives you access to all kinds of opinions and videos and analysis. At some point today, we'll fit it in somewhere. We're going to hear from both Steve Smith and the one that really got me, CJ Stroud, on Pearsall, and both of their opinions on this guy as well. Again, you never know.
Right.
They might have just picked a Hall of Fame wide receiver.
Could have.
They also might have picked
Your first round bust.
That's what's so fun about draft coverage. All right, cut number 3, please.
Cut number 3. And Reeves will dribble up the clock. The Nuggets are rolling. They take a 3-0 lead in the series.
Yeah, dude. We talked about it yesterday. This is a series where it seems like it has been close.
Yeah,
and
they're all the same. Lakers lead at half.
Yeah.
And then can't win the game.
The Lakers have had a double-digit lead in every game.
Right.
And
it's like, oh, man, this be tough for Denver tonight. This is a different Laker team. No, it's the same.
No, it's not. It's the same thing. Yeah. And Denver is – I saw somebody yesterday. Can't remember who. Somebody – it stuck in my head, though. They compared the Nuggets to the Dynasty Spurs. And I've never heard that comparison. And it made me think, like, really? But it was – they are methodical. Their playbook is not intense. They have a generational big man. They have a very good point guard, and they will just beat you down and beat you down and beat you down. They don't panic. They don't get out. They could be down 10. They could be down 20. They could be up 20. They're going to play the same system, run the same plays. They run their offense. They make their shots. They don't get caught in transition, and they will eventually, and they'll just wait. Oh, you're hot. Oh, you have a 15-point lead. Cool. That's awesome. We're just going to keep running our plays.
Yeah.
And it is the tortoise and the hare. And eventually, when the fourth quarter hits, starting to get a little tired. Maybe this guy's not, hitting that 8 of 8 from 3 or whatever. Our defense is beating you down a little bit. Our offense has run you ragged. It is boxing. It is a championship rounds, and Denver has made it very difficult. And by the way, I don't think playing at 7,000 billion feet in the air at home hurts, but this was on the road as well. They just wear you down, Jason.
And by the end of the game, and I would understand it a little bit, the Lakers look defeated in more ways than one. Right? I mean, they're losing the game, losing the series, and it just looked like they also took their spirit, which I don't blame them. I mean, it's 3-0. Is it possible? Sure.
Yes.
I'm not predicting that. Would not predict it. I think feels like it's over. They look like it's over.
And it is, whether it's a sweep,
right,
5 games, whatever. It is. Denver just was 11 in a row over the Lakers.
Yeah, there's some ownage going on.
But I will tell you this, and look out for it today, because it was happening last night, and I'm not just talking about Johnny's 6969 on Twitter. I'm talking about these $1 million national talking heads. If you're going to use this series to go at LeBron's legacy or blame him, let me just say a thing. LeBron James, if he was a normal NBA athlete, would have retired by now. It is not even close the level of season he has put up.
Mm-hmm.
Now, by the way, LeBron James ain't perfect. He whines too much. I mean, we can get into that all day long. This isn't a defensive LeBron as a whole. But to use this as like, well, Michael would have never done. I literally heard somebody say, imagine Michael Jordan imagine Michael Jordan being down 0-3 like this. And I'm like, Michael Jordan would have put up a fraction of LeBron James's numbers at this age, did. And I don't remember the Wizards doing much in the playoffs. Like, what are you doing here? Like,
yeah, but what was LeBron's batting average?
He never struck out, unlike Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
It's just so silly. Like, the Lakers are not there. They're a ceiling. That team is. And Jason, at some point, it is going to be summertime, and we always get into our philosophical conversations there for content. But, you know, at some point with a lottery pick at 13, we are going to have to, we do contractually have to have a conversation as to whether or not, if you're Monty McNair, you're even kicking the tires on LeBron James in that situation. If you're even having
meaning Bronny?
Yes.
Yeah.
You have to. You have to have a conversation. You mentioned yesterday Rich Paul is, or Sam did, that Rich Paul is also De'Aaron Fox's agent. So you're talking to him all the time. And if I'm Monty McNair, then, you know, there's tampering and all, you got to be careful. But once the season ends, you know, LeBron can opt out. You got to find out, is LeBron, if we draft straight up, if we draft Bronny James at 13 or wherever, which is obviously not commensurate with where he should go, so he's going to make a lot more money than he would. Is LeBron James would he come here? I mean, would he come here for a price that fits into our cap? Because obviously that's an issue. Are we legitimately going to be able to get LeBron James if we draft Bronny James for $2-3 million? And I know that this is pie in the sky, and I know that it's silly on the surface, and I know that it's almost certainly not going to happen. But it is 100% the responsibility to go out there. If you can go into next year, I mean, no offense, but screw Bronny James. You can go into next year with a $5 million a year LeBron James at your 3. You have to look at that.
Right.
Especially in a draft like this. Don't look at it as drafting Bronny James. Who knows? Maybe he turns out to be a good player. I don't know. Who cares? The question is, would you trade the number 13 pick for 2 years of LeBron James, even at his age? I would.
And you have to think, did you know he played his first game
here? You know what? Oh, my God. Then the start and the finish, circle all things. Now I sound like Mr. Cheezel and Grandma's Boy. Like, no, wait. No, it's Kevin Nealon, but not Mr. G and Happy Gilmore. Thank you. Trying to putt. Don't you have to look at that, as absurd as it is?
Yeah, you look at it. Now, whether that's a third, I mean, yeah, Bronny I've seen all over the place, whether he's even a draft pick or not.
If I told you that Bronny James would basically be, no offense, I'm just picking a name out, Robert Woodard, but it got you 2 years of LeBron James at a price they could afford, is that not worth the 13th pick in the draft?
Yeah.
Okay. I agree. And whether you put LeBron at the 4, whether you put LeBron at the 3 and slid Keegan around. And I would also say this, which is something we haven't been able to say much in the past. If you're talking to Rich Paul and you're talking to LeBron James, LeBron James on the Kings, that's a better team than LeBron James on the Lakers.
Right.
If LeBron James could clone himself and be on both the Kings and the Lakers, I mean, the Kings are already beating him. Now add in LeBron James, which, no offense, but is an upgrade from Harrison Barnes.
Yes.
I think it's fair to say that old LeBron James next year is an upgrade from Harrison Barnes. Maybe not for long, but a year or two. Imagine LeBron James driving and kicking to De'Aaron Fox or whoever in the corner. Keegan. Imagine De'Aaron Fox. Thank you. Driving and kicking to LeBron. You imagine driving around a brand new Dodge Ram from Hoblet, knowing that you got the best deal around? Well, I can, because it's Ram Truck Month. I mean, it's April 26th, so it's more like Ram Truck Week right now. Get out there while you can. 75 years in business for Hoblet. What better way to celebrate than helping you get the Hard to find HD RAM you've been looking for less. Right now, save up to $8,000 off MSRP on the new 2024 Ram 2500 Tradesman Crew cabs. And with California's biggest selection of Ram trucks, you're sure to find the truck you need. 75 years, all starting with Chad Hoblett's grandpa and great-grandpa's dream. Proud of him. It's grown over the years. They've served tens of thousands of customers. And everyone sees there's something special about Hoblet that you just can't get at those big city automobile dealerships. It's true. Experience it for yourself. At California's #1 Ram truck dealer. Search, select, and save through their whole inventory at HobletDodge.com. Unbeatable prices. Unbeatable selection. Nobody beats Hoblet. Period. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll hit the NBA playoffs real quick. Sixers, Lakers, Magic. We got to talk about Joel Embiid as well. A couple of things to talk about. And a Joel Embiid-centric NBA breakdown. We'll do that next.
The NFL's leading rusher plays here.
And a handoff to McCaffrey, walks in the end zone. Handoff to McCaffrey, takes it right down to the goal line. He does his thing again. McCaffrey goes in motion right. Backwards pass led by Juszczyk. A block there. Hurdles a man. 10, 5, touchdown! CMC!
You can hear all of Christian McCaffrey's touchdowns on your home for 49ers football. Sacktown Sports.
Were you recently in a car accident? Don't let the insurance companies push you around. Turn to the experts at Gonzalez Law. Our team specializes in car accident cases, wrongful termination, and criminal defense, fighting tirelessly to get you the compensation and justice you deserve. With years of experience and a track record of success, we don't settle for less, and neither should you. Visit SACLegalDefense.com or call 916-304-9187 for a free consultation. Gonzalez Law, your advocate in the fight for justice.
Whether you prefer thrills or serenity, the 2024 Accord from Elk Grove Honda delivers both. With Honda Sensing Standard, the 2024 Accord is once again a winner of the 2024 Car and Driver's 10 Best Cars, making Honda the winningest brand in car and driver award history. Drive a 2024 Accord Hybrid and see for yourself what the fuss is all about. We're Elk Grove Honda in the Elk Grove Auto Mall, Highway 99 at Elk Grove Boulevard.
I gotta get an Elk Grove Honda.
Country in the Park is back May 17th and 18th at Cal Expo with Brantley Gilbert, Dustin Lynch, Jay Cohen, Walker Hayes, and more. Tickets start at just $46. Country in the Park, May 17th and 18th at Cal Expo. For more information, visit CITPFest.com.
Brought to you by the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Local 340.
Hey, movie fans, the Esquire IMAX Theater in downtown Sacramento is now serving adult beverages. Back for a limited time. Dune Part 2, the IMAX experience.
We've been fighting the Harkonnens for decades. My family's been fighting them for centuries.
Treat yourself to this cinematic masterpiece on the IMAX 6-story screen. Getting advance tickets to a showtime is easy. Visit IMAX.com/Sacramento and reserve your seat today. And don't miss this last chance to see Dune Part 2 at the Esquire IMAX Theater.
Hello, I'm Frank Cockrell with the Retirement Security Center for the Weekly Economic Update. One word to describe the U.S. economy may be resilient. Consumers continue to spend and employers continue to hire. While economic growth slowed to 1.6% in the first quarter of 2024, down from 3.4% in the fourth quarter of 2023, the average 10-year growth prior to the pandemic was 2.4%. Continued growth may convince the Federal Reserve to keep rates at their current 23-year high. How do the current labor market demographics possibly illustrate continued future labor shortages? Currently, there are 11 million workers aged 65 or older and growing, a significant uptrend from the 90s. Older adults are expected to make up to 57% of the labor force growth by 2032. Younger workers have taken a different trajectory. This group saw unemployment peak at 77% in the year 2000, fall during the Great Recession, and have rebounded somewhat since then. Older workers may have less days on the workforce ahead and opening up yet more positions, potentially keeping the labor market tight. How might this affect you or your family? Please go to frankontheradio.com to schedule an appointment, watch videos, and receive market updates. I'm ready to help you start your journey so you can define your future.
Frank Cockrell is a registered representative of Lincoln Financial Advisors Corporation, a broker-dealer and member SIPC, and registered investment advisor. Retirement Security Centers is not an affiliate of Lincoln Financial Advisors.
It's the Rivercats Report. What's going on with the Giants AAA squad? The Rivercats Report.
Dave, you ready for the Rivercats Report?
I am ready.
That cat was on the river. Well, they're home this week.
Yeah, they are.
It's a good time to be out there. It's always a Spud Orange Friday. Includes a pregame happy hour out there.
Yeah.
Postgame fireworks every Friday and Saturday night.
Yeah.
And, bring the family Sunday. Fun day. And enjoy pregame player autographs presented by Xfinity. But look, they're off to a good start. 15-8 for the Rivercats beginning this season. A couple of winning streaks of 4 games or more in there. So that's their best start to beginning a season through 23 games since the 2012 season. So one, that they are playing well, and most importantly, it is a good time out there to check out your Sacramento Rivercats 25 years. Where did that go? I really remember. I do remember this very well, being out there for the inaugural first shovel.
Yeah.
Covering it for, we weren't Hot Talk. We were Sports 1140 at the time.
Yeah.
And just being a young reporter out there going, look at this future ballpark here in Sacramento. What's this going to be like? And here we are 25 years later, celebrating the Rivercats and watching them thrive here. And they've been, talk about a winning organization. They've done a really good job in those 25 years.
Wow. That's the second time in 24 hours I felt really, really old. Yesterday was Tim Duncan's birthday.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, man, remember him at Wake Forest? Oh, God. I do.
Yeah. That one hit you, huh?
That hit me. It's just the weirdest ones hit me.
And the Rivercats.
Now, why did we turn the Rivercats report into something sad?
No, it's a celebration.
We're all going to die soon, Jason.
Wow.
We're so old.
That's your Rivercats report.
I wish we had Jason's first Rivercats report.
Ever?
Yeah, from the shovel.
Oh, my God.
I think I have it somewhere.
Operator, give me KL5 1140.
Is that a Niner?
That's a Niner. And he's holding the headphones, just the one headphone to the ear.
A no baseball team in town. Stop.
Back to you.
After the shovel, you guys had all hit your deadline. Everybody rushed to the 10 phone booths outside.
Yes. Had my fedora in the top. Said, press.
When I've told you that before. When I was 11 and trying to work for the old Sacramento Bee, I honestly thought that was a thing. And so my mom made me write down, when you go in and meet with them, just write down, you have to be clear, what you want, what you're willing to do. So, one of the things I wrote down was I wanted a press pass, and I'll never forget. It was Scott Labar, who's still at the Bee to this day. I'm like, and I'd really like a press pass, because I thought a press pass, legit, you put in your hat or you had it on you, and I'm 11, shut up, and it gets you into everything. Oh, I'm
like a skeleton key.
Yes, it's like a skeleton.
You have a key to the city with a press pass.
With a press pass,
Yeah.
Here's a concert, I'm in. I got to cover it. Here's ball game, press pass.
Yeah.
Oh,
I need to try your ice cream.
Yeah.
Right.
Murder. I'm there. Press pass. You're on the scene.
Carrying around a cigar.
Yeah.
What's going on here, see?
Did your mom bedazzle your press pass?
She would have. Golly. My mom would have gone into the meeting with me if she could have negotiated. Anyway. Rivercats. We're supposed to do NBA playoffs here, and we will, but I want to stop down just real quick, because our group chat, and I guess I'm trying to figure out, because Chris is Wrestler Joe over there, and he's just the excitement. Chris doesn't get excited about a lot of things. The excitement and the twinkle.
Probably two things:
wrestling and soccer.
Yeah.
But
Perfect.
Perfect. Yeah, the excitement in his eyes, the twinkle, with this whole which con is it? Tony Khan. And I guess Tony Khan okay, let me see if I got it right. Tony Khan owns AEW, and in AEW there was a real life argument backstage with some dude and CM Punk, and CM Punk got released. And
Jack Perry, Luke Perry's son.
That's right. That's right. I did read that. So Jack Perry, no psychouts. That's who gets that? Nobody. Okay. They get a fight. CM Punk gets released. Perry really gets suspended, but then they turn it into a makeup thing in the ring, and they hug, and then oh no, he's out to get him, and he holds him, and then a tag team comes in and they pile drive him or whatever, and that. And then yesterday he's in the Jags war room, and they're showing him on the draft thing, and he's wearing a neck brace, whether he's still almost certainly, this is the wrestling thing. And what a great crossover with the NFL. It's incredibly intelligent. You're getting the NFL audience, of which there's quite the crossover into professional wrestling, for real. and you're getting free public. Like, why is this dude wearing a neck brace? Oh, this is what happened the other night. Like, it's brilliant marketing. But is that about right?
Yeah.
Okay. And here's whatever here.
Jacksonville Jaguars were on the clock, 17th overall, but they traded down as Tony Khan becomes the first ever NFL executive in a draft room, shaking off the effects of a pile driver he received on national television in a wrestling ring the night before. Such is life when you mix AEW and the NFL. Tony Khan, hang in there, buddy. Hang in there. That's it.
So, look, he's 41 years old. Ain't his fault. None of this. He's doing what he can, where he can. And I have no problems with any of that. Here's where I'm gonna put my big boy pants on. I just want to take a moment to talk about how ridiculously embarrassing that is. It's
in what way?
It's disgusting. But here's why. Not for why you think. The Jacksonville Jaguars are one of the most failing franchises in the entire sport consistently. This isn't about Tony Khan. This is just in general. Everyone name for me children of owners that are successful in executive positions. Successful. And I want to say the closest is Stephen Jones. And look at the Cowboys. What is it about owners that think, I understand if you're an owner and you go, I'm going to die someday. And my family is going to own this team. And I need my son/daughter to understand how to own a team. Tony Khan is the chief football strategy officer. Not the COO, not the CFO, not the CMO. He's the chief football strategy guy, owner thing.
CFSO.
Yeah. But and his football career, actually, you may not know this, but Tony Khan's son of owner Shad Khan, his football career is actually pretty impressive considering he didn't play ever. He's in charge of your football strategy. This isn't about the wrestling. This isn't about any of that. I don't have a problem with any of that. I just want to, just in general, bring up the idea that if I'm a Jaguars fan, I'm sitting here making the wank motion with both hands going, yeah, this is great. This is the guy in charge of our football strategy. He's in the war room with no qualifications because his dad owns the team and they use it as a play toy. Oh, hey, yeah, I'll let my son do it. No, should Bill
Do you have to have played football, though?
You do not have to have played football, and I'm not immune to the fact, as you and I sit here and analyze sports, I'm not immune to the fact that you don't have to have played football to be a good executive. Basketball, baseball, you don't. Of course not. I see no evidence whatsoever in background or anything else that this guy's qualifications are anything other than his father used to carry him around in his coin purse.
I mean, he got Fulham promoted.
That's other football. And I just want to take a moment to any owner that may need to hear this. Putting your family in positions of power other than executorial, which is totally not a word, is gross and dumb, and you shouldn't do it. It's not just an insult to the fan base. It's also probably not the best parenting either. What if you're the kid and you're being put in that position? Oh, thanks, mom, thanks, dad. Now everybody's going to think I'm a Nepo baby and that I didn't do anything to get here, and they're going to blame me unnecessarily for anything, and it's going to be a huge mental strain on me. Thanks. Again, if you're putting them in a position to eventually own the team, and they're learning marketing and ticket sales and strategies and sponsorship, yeah, absolutely 100% do that. Keep them away from the sports part of it, the GMing part of it, the strategy part. That's all I'm saying.
Can I counterpoint?
Of course you can. Could you not counterpoint?
I could not counterpoint, but I would like to counterpoint.
No, please do.
It's the Jaguars.
I mean, honestly, I can't disagree with that. It is the Jaguars.
Point for Chris.
Screw it. And Shad Khan can hold on to it, do what he wants with it. He knows when he sells it, he's going to make about $4 billion. We'll take a break.
The London Jags.
I mean, honestly, when we come back, we'll get to the NBA playoffs. Safe or out. Players Weekend is returning. Kind of. sort of. Because if baseball is going to do anything, they're going to take something that works, stop doing it for a couple years, bring it back, and then one of the main things that worked about it, they're not going to bring back. We'll explain what that means along with other safe or out stuff. In the meantime, I need to. I don't. It's not that I want to or I have to. It's that I need to. When I woke up this morning, I need to talk to the audience about their energy bills. I have to. It really, really bothers me because I don't want you guys, girls, whomever, paying all this money, man. Save that money. You're not a NFL owner's son or daughter. Stop paying those wacky PG&E spiky bills. Let American Energy switch you to electric, all electric. And oh, by the way, get up to $9,000 in rebates, in which they'll do all the work for you to get said rebates. They're also providing huge SMUD rebates by installing one of many incredibly efficient AC options available to you now. Wouldn't it be nice to be nice and cool in the summer, nice and warm in the winter in your house with a super efficient system? Oh, and oh, by the way, your bills have dropped. You don't have to do the whole thing where you open. We've all done this. You open the SMUD or PG envelope when it comes in the mail, and it's like you're looking at a scary movie. You like slowly slide it out of the envelope. You're like, oh my God, that's a car payment. Yeah, don't do that. Let American Energy, who's been around since 1981, A+, Better Business Bureau, let them help you. 916-520-9990 for a free in-home energy efficiency analysis. 916-520-9990 or AmericanEnergyAir.com. American Energy. Making the uncomfortable comfortable. From the 209, Mark Davis is laughing at you right now. Yeah, Raider fan. How's that work out? How's Mark Davis worked out for you? Tight end. When we come back, save for out next.
Our first year as the radio home of the San Francisco 49ers is one we will never forget.
It's a toss to McCaffrey, a cutback run 30, breaks 340. McCaffrey midfield. McCaffrey 40, 30, 20, and toasted it all the way down to the 3-yard line. On the first play of the game, CMC Dynamite.
Congratulations to the 49ers on a terrific year. And thank you for so many wonderful memories.
At Fisher Investments, we may seem like other money managers, but we're different.
What makes you so different than the rest of us?
We ensure clients receive unparalleled service at every step of the relationship.
Tell me more.
Our investment counselors focus on service over sales, prioritizing clients' needs.
How do you make money?
We don't sell any commission-based products. We have a simple management fee based on the value of our clients' portfolio. So we do better when our clients do better.
What about client portfolios?
We get to know each client, their finances, family, health, lifestyle, and more, and then we tailor a portfolio based on their specific goals and needs.
Your clients really come first then, huh?
Yes, we make them a top priority. Our goal is helping them achieve a comfortable retirement.
Wow, maybe we are different.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at FisherInvestments.com.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
At Fasteners Inc., we believe adding quality power tools to your lineup shouldn't break the bank. That's why we're hosting the biggest Milwaukee tool sale of the year in Sacramento. On top of insane deals on Milwaukee power tools, all Milwaukee pack-out storage boxes, hand tools, and tool accessories will be 25% off. So come on down on April 27th to the Milwaukee Tool Sanity Sale at Fasteners Inc. Tool Outlet on Power Inn Road in Sacramento. For more info, visit fastenersinc.net.
Want more speed? Well, Xfinity just increased their internet speeds, and they're faster than ever. It's time to get more out of your internet with faster speeds from Xfinity. Now through June 21st, get 150 megabit Xfinity internet for only $19.99 a month for 12 months with a 1-year contract. That's double the speed for the same great price. Click, call, or visit a store today. Requires paperless billing and autopay with stored bank account. Restrictions apply. Equipment, taxes, and other charges extra. After promo, regular rates apply. Actual speeds vary.
So here's a fact. 85% of the population will suffer from foot pain in their lifetime. That's almost everyone. So you'd think there'd be plenty of healthy long-term remedies, but there just aren't. right? Hi, I'm Dan from the Good Feet store. You know, people come in all the time sharing the same frustrating story. Bought this, tried that, been there, done whatever, all different kinds of things, but all with a similar result. Nothing. A discouraging and endless cycle of disappointment. If this rings a bell, don't despair. There is hope. If you think you've tried everything, you probably haven't tried Good Feet arch supports from the Good Feet store. They're designed to relieve, even eliminate, the pain commonly caused by certain foot conditions like plantar fasciitis, bunions, flat feet, and others. Plus, provide better balance and increased comfort.
Do you have sore feet, an aching back, or plantar fasciitis? Then get to the Good Feet store nearest you for your free arch support fitting. Good Feet arch supports are only available at the Good Feet store.
Safe or out? It's time to go around baseball. 3 pitches, 3 swings. It's safe or out on the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Yeah. Safe or out? Brought to you by nobody. No, not true. Brought to you by oleanders. I was on the phone with Jason last night.
Yes.
We were talking about oleanders.
Yeah, we were.
Not just the band.
Right.
The protection. Oleanders. Get yourself one today. Christopher Lott, safe or out?
I have no idea what any of that means.
Yeah, I'll tell you off the air.
Baseball is bringing back Players Weekend this season. Safe or out? This is good. This is a good thing.
Yeah, it's out. It's out. I am gonna kind of hedge this one because it is a good thing. Yes, safe. This is something that people actually enjoyed. It was neat to get personality out there.
Players seem to like it.
Like, why? So, everyone loved it. So you stopped doing it in 2019 and 5 years later. And I understand the pandemic was part of that. But now they're bringing it back in August. Day 1, August 16th, will feature their personalities, friendships, and off-the-field interests. Day 2 will focus on their charitable causes. And Day 3 will celebrate the people who helped them on their path to the big leagues, including parents, coaches, and other mentors. During the weekend, players will wear special new era caps featuring each player's uniform number on the side panel in a youthful design. That's a quote. According to the release, players will also be able to use customized bats during the game and can wear cleats with personalized designs as well. The reason I say out is, number one, my favorite part of the whole thing was the nicknames on the
right.
Yeah, that's not there. They should always be able to wear personalized cleats. And yes, they should always be able to wear personalized bats. I understand you can't write like a sponsor on them. I get it. But like if some dude wants to come up with like a purple bedazzled bat, and it's not like distracting the pitcher or something within those rules, that's the type of stuff we need.
Right. That's the signature bat then for that player that then other people want to copy. And that's how you get kids, fans, and so on and so forth.
Yes. Let them show that. And the whole like charity and coaches that help. That's cool.
Yeah, but that's not getting people to go.
No, I mean, I'll just say it. That's cool. Most people don't care.
Right.
Like, and that doesn't mean they shouldn't do it. Like, you're helping out a charity, you're giving it exposure. Of course, do it. Yes, it's a cool human interest story, and some people care that Coach Wicks worked with you after. Like, that's cool. But I'm saying from a marketing standpoint, they're doing away with a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
So
if the players love it, do it to the best of your ability to make the players love it and continue this trend and get more people involved.
Yes, 100%. And by the way, let the players control Players Weekend.
Yeah.
That'd be nice. Number 2, please.
Dusty Baker was awarded the Baseball Digest Lifetime Achievement Award, joining Willie Mays and Vince Scully. Safe or out, Dusty Baker is the most accomplished Sacramento athlete ever.
I mean, World Series champion, co-inventor of the high five, had a great career.
Rocks the toothpick.
Lifetime achievement. Like, he is a baseball lifer and has done it at all levels. Now,
loves the Kings.
Now, there are, let's take one, for example, and I have a feeling I'm really missing somebody, but for example, like Summer Sanders. Okay. Like, it's impossible to say this without sounding like I'm trying to diminish Summer Sanders' accomplishments, and I would never do that. Roseville Summer Sanders, total local hero, and there's no negative to what she did. If I was being Dusty Baker's advocate in this, I would say Summer did hers over a very finite time. Dusty's done his over decades and decades and decades. Right. Doesn't make anyone better than the other, but
Dusty's got like 2 careers. That's what helps. His baseball playing career and then his managing career.
Am I forgetting? And John Daly doesn't count. Born in Carmichael. Aaron Judge doesn't count.
Uriah,
I think's on the list. Derek Lee's probably on the list.
Can't think of another famous swimmer from Sacramento.
Mark Spitz, right? Yeah, 100%. And I would say same thing. Although Spitz, my goodness gracious, once upon a time,
heavyweight champion of the world, Max Baer Sr.,
Tony the Tiger Lopez, the late Diego Corrales. I mean, it's a
Matt
fun
Barnes.
Matt Barnes, absolutely.
Ruthie Bolton.
She's not from here. She's not from here.
She's not?
I
guess she just played here.
Yes. I think
she lived here. That's like saying Jason's not from here.
I think he is. I think it's Dusty. And if not, he's certainly
safe.
He's certainly in the Mount Sackmore.
Is it weird? I think his best accomplishment is the high five.
Well, it'll be the one remembered the longest.
When I think of Dusty Baker's entire career, I was too young to see him play, really. But when I think about his entire career, I will never forget this guy at my continuation school who once upon a time was a scout for the Baltimore Orioles. He had a card and everything. And he told me Dusty Baker could never be a manager, and he could never do it in the major leagues because he drank too much beer. I will never forget that conversation. He could never be a manager. And then, turns out he doesn't, and turns out he was a really good manager, you ding-dong. I'll just always remember Dusty as my second favorite Giants behind the Will Clark, Roger Craig era. Yeah. There was the Dusty Baker, Barry Bonds era. Yeah. So congratulations to him. A true Sacramento hero. Number 3, please.
Safer out. Ellie De La Cruz is batting .306 with 7 home runs and 15 stolen bases as just 22 years old. After a rush finish that last year, safer out, he is now the most exciting young player in baseball.
He's certainly on the list. He started out gangbusters last year, and it really caught up to him, but he did a ton of work in the offseason. His slash lines are fantastic. He's already got 15 stolen bases. He's got power. O'Neal Cruz is a guy, the shortstop for the Pirates, I'm really, really high on, but he's had trouble finding 6'7" shortstop. He's had trouble finding a swing this year. Ellie De La Cruz is just 22 years old. There's some candidates, for sure. But any conversation about most exciting young player in the major leagues, Ellie De La Cruz has to be on that list.
Power, speed, there's flash, there's swag. Yeah, he's awesome. I mean, I think there's a lot of good young baseball players right now. That's what the problem. Baseball is in a good position of what they're doing on the field. Are people noticing? That's the problem for the sport.
If Ellie De La Cruz goes ballistic in Cincinnati, does anyone hear it?
Right.
If an Ellie De La Cruz hits a home run in Cincinnati, did it really happen? Wait, no, that's not the saying, is it?
Close.
Is it? Okay, we'll take a break. When we come back, let's get into some season evaluations. Monty McNair, we got audio from him. Did he make the wrong call? Standing pat. We're going to discuss that a little bit as well before we get to 3 for Madness. We'll do that right after this.
Did you miss any part of our live local shows? Don't worry, you never have to miss them again. Check out sacktownsports.com and search our podcast page and play our shows when you want. The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Stiles and Watkins, and the Drive Guys. Plus, other podcasts like Return of the Empire, Return of the Roar, the Stingers Up podcast, and Golf to Go with Frank LaRosa.
They're all available right now on sacktownsports.com.
I didn't ask to be thrown in the streets with nowhere to go. I didn't think I'd survive. But I did ask for help, and Covenant House was there for me.
1 in 10 young adults will experience a form of homelessness this year. For these kids who didn't ask to be put in this unthinkable situation, Covenant House is there.
Covenant House helped me break the cycle of homelessness in my family. They gave me the love that I needed.
Over 2,000 young people will sleep safely in a Covenant House bed tonight. When youth who are experiencing homelessness have a hot meal, a safe place to sleep, medical care, and love, they can overcome heartbreaking challenges and have a brighter future.
They just really genuinely just wanted to help me succeed, and I'm succeeding. I'm a speaker, I'm an author. Covenant House really helped me and really helped mold me into the woman I am today.
If you or someone you love is asking for help, Go to safeplacetosleep.org today.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Folsom Lake Kia.
I'm Tamara Berg in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. A pretty unsettled day ahead for your Friday. Expect a quiet start to the morning with showers developing later this afternoon. Chance for a few isolated thunderstorms as well. Highs stay in the upper 60s. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA 3 app.
Spring savings continue at Folsom Lake Kia. Low payments, special offers, zero down deals on approval of credit. Shop your trusted Kia dealership for over 25 years and tell them DC sent you. FolsomLakeKia.com.
Sacramento sports fans, get ready to score big with the Sacktown Sports live events calendar. We're bringing you the hottest acts and the biggest concerts all season long. First up on May 10th, it's a night of laughs as Pete Davidson takes the stage at Hard Rock Live. It's comedy gold and a night you won't want to miss. Visit hardrockhotelsacramento.com for tickets. And June 8th, Live Nation brings NF to the Golden One Center as he lights up the stage with his high-energy performance. Visit Live Nation or Ticketmaster.com to score your tickets today. But wait, the fun doesn't stop there. On August 4th, don't miss the Outlaw Music Festival at the Toyota Amphitheater, featuring legends like Willie Nelson, Bob Dylan, and John Mellencamp. It's a concert experience that'll rock your world. And looking ahead to August 22nd, get ready to kick up some dust with Creed Fisher at Ace of Spades, presented by Live Nation. Keep the adrenaline pumping, Sacramento. Visit SacktownSports.com for all the details and ticket information. The Sacktown Sports Live Events Calendar, your ultimate guide to the hottest shows and events in town. Stay tuned to Sacktown Sports for exclusive updates and your chance to win tickets.
Slightly Stupid. Live in concert. Saturday, April 27th, 7:30 p.m. The venue at Thunder Valley. With special guest, Fortunate Youth. For tickets, visit ThunderValleyResort.com. Don't miss Slightly Stupid live.
Kevin Lewis with National Garage Door, reminding you that in Sacramento, National Garage Door is the king of garage doors. We service, sell, and install garage doors and openers. Call us today for your basketball special. A new 16x7 Rainer garage door with insulation and a belt drive opener for only $24.49 installed. Give us a call today, 916-638-4554.
638-4554 National Garage Door.
What's up? We're talking to Chad Hoblet, Hoblet Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram in Woodland. Chad, what's happening for Ram Truck Month?
We are very excited to be celebrating 75 years in business. And what better way to celebrate than helping you get the hard-to-find heavy-duty Ram you've been looking for less? Right now, you can save up to $8,000 off MSRP on new 2024 Ram 2500 Tradesman Crew Cabs. And with California's biggest selection of new Ram trucks, you're sure to find the truck you need.
75 years. That's incredible, dude.
It all started with my grandpa and great-grandpa's dream. And it's grown over the years to where we've had a chance to serve tens of thousands of customers and show them there's something special about Hoblet you just can't get at those big city auto mall dealerships.
Come experience the difference at California's #1 Ram truck dealer. Search, select, and save through their whole inventory at HobletDodge.com. Unbeatable prices, unbeatable selection. Nobody beats Hoblet, period.
8,000 total net savings after 4,000 factory rebates and 4,000 dealer discounts. Rebates include 1,500 commercial bonus cash and 500 first responder bonus cash. Must be current member of eligible First Responder Association. 5 with this discount. See dealer for details.
Golf to Go is brought to you by the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop. Here's Frank LaRosa.
I'm surprised at how many players wait too long to have their golf clubs regripped. I'll pick up my playing partner's clubs when they're left near the green, and that's when I notice that some of the problems in their games could be attributed to worn golf grips. If yours are shiny or worn when you play, you're probably gripping the club too strongly for fear of losing it during a swing. The golf grip is your connection to the club, and fresh grips let you hold the club lightly, promoting proper swing mechanics and swing action. Many of us simply replace the grips with the same product that was on the club, but with so many different types of materials, colors, tackiness, softness, and more, you'll find plenty of sizes and colors to fit your game and your personality. Your local pro shop or club fitter can re-grip your clubs, or you can purchase a kit and do it yourself. Either way, re-gripping once a year is an inexpensive and fast way to bring a noticeable change to your game and to give your clubs that new club feel. That's your Golf to Go. I'm Frank LaRosa.
Country in the Park is back May 17th and 18th at Cal Expo with Brantley Gilbert, Dustin Lynch, Jay Cohen, Walker Hayes, and more. Tickets start at just $46. Country in the Park, May 17th and 18th at Cal Expo. For more information, visit CITPFest.com.
Brought to you by the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Local 340.
Power Business Technology is proud to be 100% independent, locally owned, and managed Toshiba copier dealer. Local ownership cuts out the red tape, allowing ourselves to never be too busy to personally answer the call when our clients need us. Recognized for excellence in service execution, training, and customer service, we're proud to be named a 2022 Toshiba ProMasters Elite Dealer. Contact us today for all of your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729, or visit us at PowerCopier.com.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios, KHTKAM Sacramento, KYMX HD2 Sacramento, Sacramento's official home for the San Francisco 49ers.
Touchdown! San Francisco!
Sacktown Sports.
The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sacktown Sports.
Hour number 2. Welcome back. Love you. Love all of you for listening. Thank you. Thank you so much. We'll get to the draft a little bit later. 7:30 to be exact. What the Niners did. Biggest surprise of the first round. And yeah, the Raiders. There's still a lot of Raider fans here, so we'll talk about it. Tight end.
Why not?
They traded up last year for a tight end.
Yeah.
They need a quarterback. They
were gone.
Line help. I just feel like that's not the biggest need they have. So now they have 2 probably really good tight ends.
Same with the Niners. Niners did the same thing.
I understand that. Niners are also perennial Super Bowl contenders.
True.
Raiders are, trying to rebuild here, and they're going in with 3 subpar quarterbacks, and let's go.
6 were gone, though. They couldn't do it. Well, they could do something about going up, but
also you could trade down. You could trade that pick and trade down and short, which is what again, if Carmichael Dave was the GM, if all the guys I wanted were gone, for example, I'm taking that. What do you want for the 13?
Yeah.
Give me some picks and let me build.
Yeah, if they weren't in the need of a quarterback, to me, the Raiders and the team's not in need of a quarterback, this is a great draft for you because, people are too thirsty for QBs.
Yes.
And who did? Arizona. To me, now, again, all these guys could fall apart.
Sure.
All of them could be Hall of Famers.
Sure.
To get Marvin Harrison Jr. when everyone else, quarterback.
Right.
That's a great spot to be in. Did you get the best lineman because everybody else is too anxious for a QB?
Right.
Did you get the best corner? Did you get the best run? Whatever. Offensive tackle. Yeah, because everybody's like, we got to have the next QB. And then what? In 2 years from now, you're going to be drafting a QB again.
And we'll have some talk about QB. That was the one team made a real interesting draft pick.
Yes, they did.
All right. Monty McNair. Montavious Montgomery McNair, Princeton University. He spoke to the media and started out talking about bright spots in an otherwise disappointing season.
While the year didn't end as we hoped, I do think a lot of bright spots. De'Aaron and Domas career years in a lot of ways. De'Aaron with leading the league in steals. I believe he had his most points per game. And Domas, obviously, with his double-doubles, triple-doubles throughout the year. Keegan strides on both ends in year 2. Keon, when we had some injuries down the stretch, really showing up big for us. And so a lot to build on. I think looking forward, we're excited. I'm excited. Disappointed we didn't make the playoffs, but we do get a lottery pick in addition to I think, a good base of assets and flexibility to go and improve this team and get back to the playoffs where we want to be.
When we bring Monty on, hopefully next week, I'm going to follow up and I want to push back on, not push back, but ask him to expand on that, because I think the general consensus is that we don't have a lot to build with. Yes, we have all but one of our picks, but because that pick didn't convey, we're a little bit hamstrung there. Cap wise, we're a little bit hamstrung, obviously, with Malik Monk, and not a ton of value, it would appear, outside of Keegan Murray, Sabonis, and Fox. So what really is there? The general consensus, again, is it doesn't seem like we have a lot of maneuverations unless he gets really, really creative. Now, I know Monty would disagree and have really good reasons. I just want to know what those are. And then am I the only one, Jason, who I heard him start that, and, he's not going to go up there and be like, it was a failure. Everything sucks. There were bright spots. But when he talked about Fox and Sabonis having career years, that's actually a low point for me. That's like a bad spot.
Meaning if they did, then and you didn't make it, then what does that say?
You just wasted 2 career years out of your 2 biggest stars in their prime, who are not 22. They're not 30,
right?
But they're not 22, and you still didn't make the playoffs. That to me is it'd be one thing if like one of them was injured the whole year, or Tomas had a really down year, or De'Aaron did. No, they both played pretty much the whole year. They both had career years, and you didn't make the playoffs.
Right.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, it's it's a difficult spot for Monty to be in this sense that, he's not going to go up there and blast the year likely, because it's also an indictment on him. Not that he can't admit he's wrong, and he could admit he's wrong to, those internally and even the public to some extent. But you also defend your own job, and I don't fault him for that. The other part, though, so last night watching the Lakers and Nuggets, and you've done the comp to the Nuggets a lot for the Kings. And I don't know why this hit me differently last night. Maybe I just never thought of it this way. But when they were talking about the Nuggets, they said, this is the 8th year of Murray and Jokic. Mm-hmm. Now, Sabonis and Fox, it's what, 2.5?
Yes.
Now, I don't know. They started their path together later.
Right.
But you just go, man, 8 years they got together. In the 7th, they won a championship. In the 8th, they're one of the favorites.
8 years, and the first 3 they didn't make the playoffs.
Right.
And they also went from the conference finals to being out in the first round before they won the championship.
Yeah.
Forward, back, forward.
So, like, when people are talking about, like, great duos, so then I just started thinking about, like, Tatum and Brown have been together a long time. Obviously, Steph, Clay, Draymond.
Right.
Like, there is something to keeping groups together. Like, if you have something, and in this case, you would say Fox and Sabonis definitely are something special.
Yes.
It's the other parts, too. But, how long is that window? They won't get 8 years together. Right. I would be shocked. But they might get 6, 5, and you go, okay, what can you do in that window?
The Nuggets added Michael Porter Jr. But really did not become the Nuggets until, and we've said this ad nauseum, until they got Aaron Gordon.
Right.
And once they got Aaron Gordon, they added in, okay, here's a Bruce Brown, here's a Contavious Caldwell-Pope. Now you have a championship team. That's completely understandable. All right, we got to take a break. Steven, real quick. Hello, Steven. Good morning.
Good morning to you guys. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Okay, for sure. So you dropped a quote. You dropped a little snippet earlier, and nobody got the basketball reference.
Thank you.
No, nobody.
Thank you.
Back to your fancy cars and your big bank accounts and your celebrity friends and your beautiful women and Victoria Silvstedt, Playmate of the Year. Come on.
That's well done. Yeah, that was when we were talking about Luke Perry. I said no, Luke Perry. What's his son's name?
Jack Perry.
Jack Perry. No psych outs, because you weren't allowed to use Steve Perry psych outs in basketball. Basketball's a forgotten. You don't remember Steve Perry?
I don't remember.
You don't remember the psych out? Steve Perry.
I remember the psych outs, but I don't remember that specifically.
Come on, Steve Perry. It should have been gone. Oh, come on, man. No Steve Perry psych out. No. It's worth another watch.
Does it hold up?
In some ways, no. God, no, it does not hold up in some ways, but still one of my all-time favorite sports movies. It's just so stupid. We will take a break. We'll continue with Monty McNair at 7:43, NFL Draft at 7:30. When we come back, 3 for Madness. I have long been a defender in many ways of Joel Embiid. I go back and forth with him. I'm very upset with Joel Embiid right now, and it is an Embiid-centric 3 for Madness coming up next.
On the move? Got somewhere to be?
Take Sacramento Kings basketball with you. The Sacktown Sports app will let you stay connected to your passion. Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with the Sacktown Sports app.
Want more speed? Well, Xfinity just increased their internet speeds, and they're faster than ever. It's time to get more out of your internet with faster speeds from Xfinity. Now through June 21st, get 150 megabit Xfinity internet for only $19.99 a month for 12 months with a 1-year contract. That's double the speed for the same great price. Click, call, or visit a store today. Requires paperless billing and autopay with stored bank account. Restrictions apply. Equipment, taxes, and other charges extra. After promo, regular rates apply. Actual speeds vary.
Whitey here, reminding you that not all gas grills are created equal. Bring out all the delicious flavors in your grilled meats with the amazing Napoleon Prestige and Prestige Pro line of outdoor cookers. My Napoleon Stainless Steel Pro Series gas grill has turned me into a grilling pro with features other grills cannot match. They're built different, built better, built to last. Made with premium stainless steel that boasts quality and a lifetime warranty. I may never want to cook indoors again. Napoleon grills and accessories are now available at your nearby Amy's, Ace Hardware in Sacramento, and now El Dorado.
3 questions, 3 answers. It's 3 for Madness on the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Here's question 1.
Oh, man. It's always good when you have a couple of laughing tears during the break. Not another teen movie.
Classic.
Doesn't completely hold up, but there are just that might be the dumbest movie I love of all time.
I really enjoyed it. I told you I saw it last night. It was on
so great.
Was it weird seeing Captain America?
Yes, we talked about that. Captain America with the whipped cream.
It's a banana split.
I was telling him the stupidest part of the movie that gets me every time. It's what made me laugh. Is when, if you haven't seen Not Another Teen Movie, go see it.
Spoiler alert.
It's when she's, I already laughed when I told you.
Yes.
It's when she's painting the picture of her mom and she turns it around. It's just a big stick figure. What does he say?
He says, "Oh, she has your eyes."
It's such a stupid movie. All right. 3 for Madness. Question 1, Chris.
Joel Embiid, as we mentioned yesterday, has been playing with Bell's palsy.
Yes.
Have you gained respect for him playing through pain and hurdles this season?
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. I have, but I also want to be really careful too. I'm not a huge fan of losing respect because somebody's injured. Like you know how I feel about the Ben Simmons thing. Even Anthony Davis, when I'm, I'll have fun with it sometimes, but in reality, you never know. I know that different people have different pain tolerances, but it's not like these guys want to be injured. Then everybody piles on top of them. It bothers me that Anthony Davis got all this crap and Kawhi Leonard never gets crap, et cetera, et cetera. So it's tough because I don't lose as much respect as others do. But with Joel Embiid, this is a guy whose career was in jeopardy coming out of the draft.
Right.
And to see him power through, obviously his knee not being right. Now he's playing with Bell's palsy on top of the knee situation. I wouldn't lose respect for him if he didn't play, but at the same time, obviously it means more. It means a ton to him. It goes beyond the contract. It goes beyond. He would have every right, Jason, to say, you know what, I need to make sure I'm right. Sorry, Philly, but I need to take care of myself. And he's not doing that. And I appreciate that. I may not agree with it, but I appreciate that.
I do too. I think there's incredible pressure on him. That city is very, very tough, and he's trying to show that same kind of toughness, maybe sometimes to his own detriment, but doesn't mean you don't. I mean, the respect level is there.
Right.
Yeah.
100%. Number 2, please.
Question 2.
Joel Embiid not only kicked Mitchell Robinson in the junk on a jumper, the thing grabbed his leg and pulled him down. Have you lost respect for Embiid in these playoffs?
Yeah, a lot. I lost a lot of respect for Joel Embiid last night. Look, it already bothers me that, and we'll get to this in a second, that he's a free throw merchant. He's become a free throw merchant. But if you go back and you look at the replays, he did the whole jumper thing and he kicks his leg out. I understand when you go back and you look at some of the most guys who have a great jump shot, and Joel Embiid does, there is a little bit of a kick out from their foot. That just happens. He's doing like a straight, Mr. Danielson karate kick, crane kick. into Mitchell Robinson's junk, and I refuse to believe that was not something he planned on doing. But you know what? Happens. Move on. Fine. It's gamesmanship, whatever. I've watched the replay of Joel Embiid on the ground yesterday, and Mitchell Robinson goes up to jump, and Embiid full-on grabs his leg and pulls him into him. And I even watched it. One of the reasons I watched it so much, Jason, I'm like, is there any chance that Embiid's on the ground and he sees Robinson jump and he's trying to prevent Robinson from coming down on him? Like, I always try to look at the other side. And I can't buy it, man. That was a dirty, in-the-moment play. Robinson now has a sprained ankle. Now, the smart thing first off, that should have been a flagrant 2 and an ejection, in my opinion. Secondly, the right thing to do would be for the league office and Joe Dumars to step in and suspend Joel Embiid for at least 1 game. Or hell, you can come back when Mitchell Robinson comes back. He can't do that because the Knicks would just sit Mitchell Robinson the whole series. But my point is, Joel Embiid should sit the next game, and he should be fined about $100,000 because there's no room for that. And he could have seriously injured Mitchell Robinson. It's dirty. And there's no place for it.
Yeah, there's just a code amongst players. It's 100% dirty.
Yes.
Bush League, however you want to do it. Like, there's intention there. Yeah, he might have not wanted him to land on him, and he was in a compromised position.
Yes.
But that's just not. There's so many levels that it's not cool what Embiid did, and he's fortunate. Honestly, Dave, I think that to me could have ended up in an all-out brawl and would have. Don't want to say justified, but I would have understood.
Absolutely would have been justified.
Yeah. So you just go, I get it, and you're big, and maybe people don't want to go after you, but that was weak. Like
there's no place for it.
The only thing I could think he was thinking of is, look, I don't want you to land on me. I get that.
Sure.
But that's it. Other than that, it's like, you're in a bad spot.
Yep.
You can't make it worse for him.
Yep.
You could have done real damage to him.
Real damage. He did damage.
Yeah, you're right. But that was just, and then even just like, what? Like,
right.
You
did it, dude.
You did it. We saw it, and there was no place for it.
And I think it's really important. No one dislikes Draymond Green more than me, but you got to have the same energy, dude.
Mm-hmm.
If you're going to come down on Draymond Green for the whole Sabonis thing, I don't care that Joel Embiid has a funny Twitter account and has a great personality and is a sweetheart and all that stuff that his image is. You have to have the same energy for that you do for Draymond. It was dirty, and there's no place for it.
Did you see Draymond's comments?
I did see Draymond's comments. I responded. Draymond went on his Twitter, was like, y'all didn't have the same energy when Domantas Sabonis, or when Sabonis grabbed my leg in full stride. And it's like, what temperature is it in your world, Draymond, where you live? In mid-stride? Bro, you used his chest as a trampoline. That was the beginning of your stride, but they always say the best liars are the ones that truly believe. I truly believe Draymond Green, if you hooked him up to a lie detector test and said, did Domantas Sabonis hold your leg mid-stride, even though there's demonstrable proof that that's not the case, I would bet $1 trillion Draymond Green would pass that lie. He truly believes that.
Oh, he'd be like, I was sprinting like down the court.
And he believes it. Those are the best liars. When you have the ability to convince yourself that that's the truth. And Draymond's one of those guys. Number 3.
Question 3.
Joel Embiid has more free throws made than field goals made in the playoffs. Have you lost respect for him as a free throw merchant?
That's been going on for a while. Let's think about that. He has more free throws made than field goals made. Now, granted, a field goal can be 2 or 3 points. It's a little misleading. And I understand that it takes a level of, I can understand and even have some form of respect that, hey, look, it's basketball. You're looking for any edge possible. And if you have the IQ and the ability enough to be able to bait these people into basically breaking the rules, that's what a foul is. You're breaking a rule, and it helps your team win. He makes his free throws. It allows everybody to get down and set the defense. It's a very valuable thing. It's just unethical basketball. Is it legal to go 55 in the fast lane in most states because you pay your taxes? Yes, it is. Is it the right thing to do? No.
I paid my taxes.
Should you tell your significant other that they do in fact look fat in that dress or suit? No. Are you lying? Probably not. There's that ethical line of things. And Joel Embiid he might not be James Harden, but he's as bad or worse than Luka Doncic when it comes to unethical basketball.
So the question is, have you lost respect? I've lost respect for him in this. I just don't prefer it. Now, it's kind of like one of those things. If there's a player that is tough, intense, and maybe borderline dirty, you're like, I don't like him. But if he was on my team, I'd like him. I don't know the answer to that. I don't really feel like the Kings have had a player that's been this.
They haven't.
That's like, man, they get to the line so many times. I didn't come here to watch this guy shoot free throws.
Yeah. I would hate it.
I know in the end, if that player helped them win, I would enjoy the fact that they were winning.
I wouldn't be able to defend it.
But I don't think I would. I don't prefer it.
I want to win that way.
I think you have to have the right calls. Like, I don't want a player getting robbed.
Sure.
But I also don't want to play. I mean, I don't prefer the player that gets, hey, they average 26, but like 12 of them are from the line. I'm like, no, I want to see you make shots.
It's unethical. It's dumb basketball. By the way, nothing wrong with when the other team's on a 12-0 run and you're like, I got to get us going, and you draw a foul. I get that.
Oh, yeah.
You draw a foul, go
free throws.
Right. But when that's a part of your offense.
Yeah, when it's your weapon. It's like.
And it makes sense. You're slowing the game down. You make your free throws. He shoots 80%. That's going to be higher than his field goal percentage. And, oh, by the way, you're putting the other team in foul trouble. I get it. It's just lame. And, oh, by the way, yesterday, I don't know if you saw the flop he had at the three-point line, too, where nobody touched him and he flailed his arms around. It's like, bro, you're embarrassing yourself. Like, that's just that's legacy stuff right there. That's one of those times where I'm like, is that something Jordan would have done? And then I go, well, he probably did, too. I just didn't watch it. We'll take a break. When we come back, let's get into the NFL draft. The Niners surprised some people. The Raiders probably didn't surprise anyone. It's the Raiders. It's like a drunk uncle. You know what they're going to do, or you don't. Drunkle. And the biggest surprise of the first round, we'll get to it next.
Kevin Herter plays here.
It's Herter. He's been hot. He fires. He's still hot. Kevin Herter from downtown has a 15-point first quarter.
Sacktown Sports is your proud home of the Sacramento Kings.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Elk Grove Honda.
I'm Tamara Berg in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. A pretty unsettled day ahead for your Friday. Expect a quiet start to the morning with showers developing later this afternoon. Chance for a few isolated thunderstorms as well. Highs stay in the upper 60s. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA 3 app.
The 2024 Accord is once again a winner of the 2024 Car and Driver's 10 Best Cars, making Honda the winningest brand in car and driver award history. Come drive it. We're Elk Grove Honda in the Elk Grove Auto Mall, Highway 99 at Elk Grove Boulevard.
I gotta get an Elk Grove Honda.
Hello, I'm Frank Cockrell with Retirement Security Center for the weekly economic update. One word to describe the U.S. economy may be resilient. Consumers continue to spend and employers continue to hire. While economic growth slowed to 1.6% in the first quarter of 2024, down from 3.4% in the fourth quarter of 2023, the average 10-year growth prior to the pandemic was 2.4%. Continued growth may convince the Federal Reserve to keep rates at their current 23-year high. How do the current labor market demographics possibly illustrate continued future labor shortages? Currently, there are 11 million workers aged 65 or older and growing, a significant uptrend from the 90s. Older adults are expected to make up to 57% of the labor force growth by 2032. Younger workers have taken a different trajectory. This group saw unemployment peak at 77% in the year 2000, fall during the Great Recession, and have rebounded somewhat since then. Older workers may have less days on the workforce ahead and opening up yet more positions, potentially keeping the labor market tight. How might this affect you or your family? Please go to frankontheradio.com to schedule an appointment, watch videos, and receive market updates. I'm ready to help you start your journey so you can define your future.
Frank Cockrell is a registered representative of Lincoln Financial Advisors Corporation, a broker-dealer member SIPC and registered investment advisor. Retirement Security Centers is not an affiliate of Lincoln Financial Advisors. Thinking of remodeling your home? Say goodbye to endless internet searches and visit Subcontractors United. Find a list of 3 pre-qualified and licensed contractors in each home service category. From cabinets to landscapers and everything in between, Subcontractors United makes finding qualified contractors free and easy, with no accounts to set up. Visit subcontractorsunited.com and experience the joy of stress-free home improvement. Save time and money at subcontractorsunited.com.
The smarter way to clean your floors. It's time to make the swap. Swiffer Power Mop.
Introducing the new Swiffer Power Mop. The all-in-one tool that gives you a mop and bucket clean in half the time. The solution's built right in, so no heavy bucket, and the pad has hundreds of scrubbing strips to get deep into grout. Don't mop harder, mop smarter.
Swiffer Power Mop. Swiffer Power Mop. Get in the zone. AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today?
Thinking about gas mileage. You know, changing your oil with a full synthetic oil like Valvoline Advanced can help your engine get more miles. Right now, you can get 5 quarts with an STP Extended Life oil filter for only $35.99. Get started on your next job today with the parts you need when you need them at AutoZone or AutoZone.com.
Get in the zone. AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Capital Casino has been serving the greater Sacramento area in the same convenient downtown location for over 20 years, with plenty of close-by, well-lit parking monitored by security staff and offering the most variety of table games in the region in a safe and friendly environment. Best food, best service, and the best action. That's Capital Casino. For more information on tournaments and gaming, check out their website at capital-casino.com. And please remember to gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
On Sacktown Sports.
Welcome back. Friday Fun and Games coming up later on in the program. That's always fun. It's always a blast.
We'll see.
Yeah. Any hints?
No.
Okay. By the way, earlier in the program, I asked the question online. Almost 1,000 votes in. Jeez. Wow. Would you trade the lottery pick, King's lottery pick, for 2 years of LeBron James? And it's a deeper question. Basically, would you take Bronny James? I'm counting it as, nothing.
Why would that be no for anybody?
Well, I can tell you I'll tell you this much. Have you seen the results?
No.
Okay.
You said 1,000? Well, it doesn't matter. So percentage?
Just under 1,000.
Percentage, I'm going to go, the fact that he's a Laker, though, that's like, I'm going to go 68 yes, 32 no.
I'm going to go 73% yes.
Yeah, I probably went too low.
57% of Kings fans say yes.
Wow.
Some negative. It really surprised me too. By the way, I would have been in your guys' range too. I admit, 100%. 2 years of 40 and 41-year-old LeBron. No, it's not.
Have they seen 39-year-old
LeBron?
Right.
Apparently, the cliff is coming.
I'm just going to read the negatives here because there's a lot of positives. But if you vote yes for Mike Brown getting fired. Coaches don't last with Braun. He played for Eric Spoelstra, and there's a few coaches that have lasted.
That's probably the one, though.
Yeah. Let's see. I would do 20 more years of basement dwelling before I'd watch LeBron in a Kings uniform.
Wow.
Those are, by the way, I'm not saying that there aren't actual basketball reasons. I don't want to dismiss it. I have found, though, and I'm not the only one, I think, that a lot of times the Venn diagram between disliking LeBron and politics are pretty close. There is a certain segment out there that really does not like LeBron.
Gotcha.
I would just prefer to have basketball reasons. Let's see. LeBron is a coach killer. Also, that Venn diagram also goes over, there's like a large group of people in that large group of people where politics that spell it Labron. I've noticed that too. There's a lot of Labrons out there. Dude's a roster cancer. The Lakers play better without him because it opens up their offense more. Well, really? Is that a thing? And then there's one. Anyone who says no is a lunatic. Okay. So there's that. Anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway. And then somebody got mad at me because I tweet too much about the Kings and not about Huddersfield Town. Somebody replied.
Oh, yeah.
Your heart is with the Kings. Huddersfield is a toy. I don't want to say that. Yeah. All right.
You're the Tony Khan of Huddersfield.
Exactly.
If you were to show up with the
neck brace?
With the neck brace.
Let's go.
From the draft. Can I tell you one thing about the draft last night?
Yes.
I will say I shouldn't be stunned, but I was. For me, maybe one of the most stunning things are how many people were there.
Over 150,000 people.
Wasn't it closer to 300?
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought I saw 150.
I thought I saw 250,000.
Yeah, closer to 300,000 people.
Almost a million people.
Whatever the number was.
Yeah.
We talked about the draft, like just in principle. Like I had trouble watching it on TV. I did watch some, more than I thought I would actually.
I was just waiting for the Jags pick.
But after that, the amount of people that would go to an event that's 4 hours long to watch people read names. Now I know there's some music and I'm sure there was some cool stuff that went on.
Yeah.
My goodness.
I couldn't agree with you more. And
stunning to me.
I want to be careful here because I don't like yucking anyone's yum.
Right.
And
No.
And if it makes you happy, it can't be that bad.
I don't fault that.
But it does make
it's not for me.
I get a little depressed. And I'm like, you all drove to Detroit to, as you perfectly said, watch names get read. And then you drove home.
Happy or sad?
What the hell?
Yeah.
I mean, look, makes you happy, God bless you. But that makes you happy? That sounds like that's one of those things where if the NFL draft was insane, I mean, we do it just because it's a spectacle. But let's say, for example, and maybe this is just privilege, but if like our program director was like, hey, we've got it in the budget. We're going to fly you first class to Detroit. You stay there for 3 days. We want you to do the show from there. We're going to put you up in a 5-star hotel, and then you're going to be in the media VIP section on the side of the stage. I'd be like, do you think maybe that sounds like something for Styles and Watkins?
Man,
I would not want to.
Wow.
No, I'm saying.
I think the first time though, I'd go like, you know what? I'm not looking forward to the event, but then getting there. I mean, see all the people. I would have been floored by all that.
Yeah.
And maybe part of it would have been cool. But I don't picture myself wanting to do it like year in and year out.
Maybe you do it just for the experience. I guess.
Just go, man. Remember that one time we went? That was incredible. That was just a
Chris,
crazy
you'd
event.
want to do it,
huh? Yeah, like if that was offered to me.
All right, sounds like a job for Chris, our NFL draft correspondent.
Yeah.
Remember when the NFL draft ruined all those bachelorette parties in Nashville?
Yes,
that was my
fantastic.
favorite.
But like now, cities, honestly, if you get that many, I don't know if it's better than the Super Bowl, but he had more people there. What's that do for that community?
I mean, are there at least like rides?
But like literally
Food?
between picks, there was music. Like there's stuff going on. I'm like, yeah, sure. Did I go to a concert or did I go to a?
Why not hold it on a Friday or Saturday night then?
Well, it's multiple nights, right?
Yeah, true. But I mean, they should do night.
That was just the first round last night.
How many is there today?
Second and third.
Second and third.
No. How many people are there today?
7.
7
total. Like not 7,000. Probably about 100,000. I'd say
100,000.
Friday night,
right?
Friday night, in Detroit, baby.
Yeah,
let's go. Lots of Little Caesars.
Look cool. Yeah. They built that just for that.
Here's the Niners pick yesterday.
The 31st pick in the 2024 NFL Draft. The San Francisco 49ers select Ricky Pearsall, wide receiver, Florida.
Okay. Ricky Pearsall, wide receiver. You have Brandon Ayuk. You have Deebo Samuel. You have George Kittle. You have Christian McCaffrey.
And McCaffrey, by the way, might be their best receiver.
You're exactly right.
I mean, he's, by definition, he's not. But
you are exactly right. Yeah. Interesting. Which will now only increase the rumor that he's gone, either Ayuk or now it sounds like Deebo Samuel. We can't say anything about that. What we can do, though, is play you some clips. First off, before we get to the clip, you saw this?
I see which one.
This was the quote of the night. This is Brian Thomas's parents after Brian was selected by
the question.
His dad was saying something, and they asked the mom a question. And she gave the sweetest, funniest answer.
It's not wrong.
Find the lie. Find the lie in what his mom said. God bless her. I love it to death. Here we go.
It's awesome. That's all I can tell you. It's awesome. It's an awesome feeling.
Sandra, how far has this family come? We came from Baton Rouge, Louisiana.
Couple hours. Had a few stopovers.
It's such a cool she answered the question.
Yeah, we had a really good breakfast along the way.
How far has this family come? How long has your journey been? Oh, about 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
That's not a good question.
I'm not. Here's the thing. I'm not gonna rip the question because I'm not ripping the answer. I love the answer.
Answer is fantastic.
The answer is
traffic was an issue, but
yeah, it was fine. We checked the
but we made it.
Yeah, it was great.
They had a free continental breakfast.
Here is CJ Stroud, former number one, camera one, camera two, number two pick in the draft. Talking about the 49ers new wide receiver out of Florida, Ricky Pearsall.
But when I tell you, I don't know what it's like Tank. Like you can't just put one. Like it's everything combined. Like I just text my boy, one of my best friends. He's always with me, and I tell him like, dang, they got Pearsall. I wanted him bad, like dude. Especially like before we didn't know we were gonna get Steph. Pearsall was my guy.
Loved him. Now, Steve Smith, former receiver speaking of the Panthers, is actually a pretty good evaluator of talent when it comes to wide receiver. Chris, I'm 96% sure this is clean. I watched it before, but now I'm a little worried, so just help me out here. Here's Steve Smith on Ricky Pearsall.
Stop calling him Ricky Pearsall and call him what his real name is. Slick Rick is what they call him. Great vision, stands out. He knows exactly where he needs to be. Played with 3 different quarterbacks with 3 different styles of play. Look at this. Oh, I'm about to drive on him. Got him. Whoopsie. Look at this quarterback. Every indication he might be playing for the other team. Look at this play. Runs a little fake screen. How do you think this is going to end up? Wow! Look at him pop up. Nice strong headache ball. Ooh. The one had that stanky leg. He got all the way down to the floor.
He loves him. Mm-hmm. So, that being said,
they already talked about him as a punt returner too, besides receiver.
Yep. So you got a lot to work with there. It'll be very interesting to see what the rest of the Raiders do. Or the rest of the Niners draft goes like, and everybody is going to be kind of on pins and needles today, wondering if it seems like if one's going to go, it's going to be Debo. And that would be you better be good, Ricky. Also, the Raiders draft a tight end. A lot of people questioning that. A lot of people also saying probably best player available. Mm-hmm. And there is an argument that, hey, look, when you're there, you go best player available with your bid pick, and then you build for roster after that. And we'll see how that works out. Let's not judge the entirety of the draft.
Right.
Biggest surprise, though, by far, the Atlanta Falcons drafting Michael Penix Jr. They just paid Kirk Cousins. And, oh, by the way, I believe the first year Cousins isn't guaranteed. Penix would be 27 years old. There's a lot more to talk about here, and we got to go to break. But it comes down to either are the Falcons stupid or is this the new world order now where everyone's following or wanting to follow the Packer blueprint, which the Niners were trying to do with Trey Lance? Are you drafting your quarterback of the future and letting him sit for a couple years behind a seasoned pro? That quarterback room is going to be interesting. Pittsburgh's quarterback room is going to be interesting. Denver's quarterback room, Oakland or Las Vegas's quarterback room. We'll see. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll finish up Monty McNair's season evaluation. If you could, we could talk about Monty McNair's performance or lack thereof throughout the show. But we will wrap that up in the next segment. I'd rather talk about everybody else's performance. My good friend, Dr. Jack Friedlander, his partner, Dr. Pash, and everyone over at the Upsize Clinic. UpsizeMatters.com is where you can get all the details. For a procedure that is same day, a procedure that will give you immediate results, non-surgical, virtually pain-free, and it's safe, it's effective, it's long-lasting, it's semi-permanent. Now, we've had a couple weeks to talk about this, so hopefully everything's kind of died down now because you hear a commercial like this, you're like, oh my God, I can't believe they're doing that. Well, it's a thing. No pun intended. I mean, it's a thing that, affects people. especially when you look at our demographic. What do you want? Look, girth is consistently ranked as one of the, if not the most important attribute for men. This procedure can fix that on the same day or add to it. It's a free consultation. Procedure, once again, can be done same day as your consultation. These are doctors. Dr. Pash, Dr. Friedlander, both docs, both know exactly what they're doing. Go to UpsizeMatters.com. UpsizeMatters.com. Get your girth on. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll finish up Monty McNair next.
Subscribe to Sacktown Sports on YouTube and watch the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Stiles and Watkins, and the Drive Guys. Live Monday through Friday from 6 to 6. Plus view archive shows and exclusive content.
Subscribe at youtube.com/Sacktown Sports.
The IRS is the most powerful collection agency on earth, and if you owe back taxes, the news isn't good. The IRS is raising the interest rate it charges on unpaid taxes, and further rate hikes are expected. Most people don't know it, but the IRS adds interest charges to your tax debts daily. So if you owe the IRS today, you'll owe even more tomorrow. And it doesn't stop until you get right with the IRS. The good news is getting right can start with one phone call to Optima Tax Relief, America's #1 tax relief firm. Optima's tax professionals specialize in the Fresh Start Initiative, a powerful IRS program that can save you thousands if you qualify. In fact, the experts at Optima have resolved over $1 billion in tax debt for their clients. Call now for a free consultation.
Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
It ignites something inside of you. Lightning and the thunder. Sets alight an elevated state of being. Days are pure exhilaration. And the nights, they're simply electric. See it, hear it, feel it. Thunder, feel the thunder. Lightning and the thunder. Thunder Valley Casino Resort. Feel the thunder.
Power Business Technology is proud to be 100% independent, locally owned, and managed Toshiba copier dealer. Local ownership cuts out the red tape, allowing ourselves to never be too busy to personally answer the call when our clients need us. Recognized for excellence in service execution, training, and customer service, we're proud to be named a 2022 Toshiba ProMasters Elite Dealer. Contact us today for all of your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729, or visit us at PowerCopier.com.
Country in the Park is back May 17th and 18th at Cal Expo with Brantley Gilbert, Dustin Lynch, Jay Cohen, Walker Hayes, and more. Tickets start at just $46. Country in the Park, May 17th and 18th at Cal Expo. For more information, visit CITPFest.com.
Brought to you by the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Local 340.
Whitey here, reminding you that not all gas grills are created equal. Bring out all the delicious flavors in your grilled meats with the amazing Napoleon Prestige and Prestige Pro line of outdoor cookers. My Napoleon Stainless Steel Pro Series gas grill has turned me into a grilling pro with features other grills cannot match. They're built different, built better, built to last. Made with premium stainless steel that boasts quality and a lifetime warranty. I may never want to cook indoors again. Napoleon grills and accessories are now available at your nearby Amy's, Ace Hardware in Sacramento, and now El Dorado.
The only place you'll find De'Aaron Fox is Sacktown Sports.
Spins away from the defender, in the paint, soft floater. That's a great play by De'Aaron Fox.
Hey Sacramento, it's De'Aaron Fox, and you're listening to the home of the Sacramento Kings, Sacktown Sports.
Your local sports leader. Waking you up with the best in local sports.
They just make it interesting, you know?
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross
on Sacktown Sports.
All right, back to Monty McNair. Let's get a couple more quotes from him, and then let's grade him out here. He talked about the bright points in a disappointing season when we did this a couple segments ago. We've heard of Heat culture. How about Kings culture?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is what we've seen, especially the last couple of years, guys wanting to be here in Sacramento, wanting to be a part of what we're doing here, guys coming here wanting to stay, guys from elsewhere wanting to come and join. And, Coach Brown, his staff, our players all deserve a ton of credit for that. And obviously, winning helps.
I think that's fair.
Yeah. 100%.
And look, people aren't going to want to come here because, hey, the defensive player of the game crown.
Right.
But it doesn't hurt. Mm-hmm. It's part of culture. It's part of having fun. The beam.
The fans.
The fans. Those are real things. Absolutely. Now, money talks.
Mm-hmm.
As everyone said, and we've made fun of it, it's a business. And it is a business. But that's the type of stuff that happens when it evens out. We always go back, Jason, to 0-2, because that's all we really know when it comes to extended success for this team. And we always mention the Scott Pollards and the John Barrys and the Jimmy Jacksons and the Bobby Jacksons and all these people that used to come here and they'd resurrect their careers and then go somewhere else and make a ton of money. Well, that's what happens when you have good teams and good culture. And I think the culture is not there. I think the culture is in progress. But Kings culture today compared to Kings culture 3 years ago is completely different.
Right.
Which, by the way, is why you need to just extend Mike Brown. Do I think Mike Brown is the answer for this team? Long term, can he win him a championship? I don't know the answer to that. But I do know that they have been above 500 in every year he's been the coach, significantly above 500. They were never above 500 in any other year other than an Adelman year. And the culture has completely changed.
Yeah.
That, to me, deserves an extension.
Yeah, I'm with you. And I would say it this way, and I don't know whoever's out there hearing this and whatever you would say is the number one coach in the NBA, whoever that is to you, if that coach was here, I don't think the roster was good enough to win a championship.
Right.
Now, maybe that coach could have gotten a little more out of them. Maybe. I don't know the answer to that. But I don't think their record is in spite of Mike Brown. I wouldn't put it that way by any means. I think Mike Brown is a good coach.
Yeah.
And I think their roster construction was not enough this year.
I agree.
Now, I also don't think they're very far away, but that doesn't just mean, hey, one tweak and you got it. But what is it? And I don't think it's as clear as, hey, just get this player and you're fine. Like, I don't know if it was your job, if it was my job,
yeah.
I've got some idea. It doesn't mean like, man, I don't know. I don't know for sure. It's really an inexact science.
And it goes beyond the numbers. It also, by the way, goes into the culture.
Yeah.
And can this person play with that person? He is the GM. It's going to be up to him to do everything he can to re-sign Malik Monk. So we talked about that.
Yeah, I think for us, I won't get any of those specifics, but, credit to Malik. He gets to make a free agent decision. It's, I think we'll put our best foot forward. We he loves it here. We love him. And so hopefully we'll be able to do that when the time comes.
Underrated, but also on him when it comes to the Mike Brown contract. Now Vivek's going to weigh in on that, of course, but here's what Monty said about that.
Yeah, I think, as I talked about, you look at a 2-year horizon here, which is when Coach Brown and his staff came in, and a lot of positives. We're certainly disappointed this year. Mike and I will sit down and try to figure out how we get back to where we want to get to. We'll have all those conversations here starting soon.
Is it just me or was that a non-answer on his contract or did I miss something? I don't want to.
It's a non-answer.
Right? Okay.
Yeah.
One more here. Let me see. Here. How about Monty? You don't ever do anything except when you do something with this bonus thing. It's a valid point, or it's a valid question, I should say. Here's Monty on the team's aggression.
I would point to, I think for our group, we've shown, when the time comes that and the opportunities there, will be aggressive. We've done it. And so, we're certainly, it's not something where, we said, oh, we had success. Let's just roll it out. We're not sitting on our hands. We're out there looking at all the opportunities. Obviously in the last couple go rounds, we've generally not made a bigger move. But we've been in some conversations. We always will. We have to find out what's out there. And we got another opportunity, this summer. We got, like I said, draft pick in the lottery. a lot of flexibility. I think, look, we have a lot of players that have contributed to winning. And, I think the league sees that. Brooklyn just wanted to come in and, take our number one assistant because of what Mike and the players have done here. So, we got to always evaluate those things. And, it's, for us, I think it's putting ourselves in a position that we can take advantage of those opportunities when they come. And I think we're in position to do that this summer.
On the sheet here, and we've done this all week and kind of laughed about it, but on our prep sheet here for the schedule for the show, we by now should be pre-promoting that we're going to get to De'Aaron Fox next. But I think what we're finding, and this is probably 100% my fault for being a blabbermouth, but it's more complicated than just a couple of clips, and he got to be, and I think with Monty, he is arguably the most important guy to evaluate. We still haven't gotten to Keegan. De'Aaron, Sabonis. Have we talked? I don't remember talking about Barnes.
Yeah, we did.
We did do Barnes. That's one. It's like some of his games this year. We're going to take a break because A, we're out of time, and B, I do want to come back and actually finish up with Monty because I think it's important, Jason, we have a conversation about what he just said. We've been aggressive when the time an opportunity presented itself. So when we come back, Jason, I kind of want to switch the normal chairs here. I'm going to be Monty McNair's defense attorney, and I'm going to present a situation that I think is incredibly favorable and rosy to Monty McNair, and I'm going to ask you to push back on it. Even if you agree with it, just give me the flaws in what I'm saying, and then we can have a conversation about that. If you want to weigh in, 1-800-920-1140. We'll get back to the NFL draft coming up at 8:27, and I think we may have time to get into a little bit of Domantas Sabonis, too, in a double segment coming up right after this.
The only place you'll find De'Aaron Fox is Sacktown Sports.
Spins away from the defender, in the paint, soft floater. That's a great play by De'Aaron Fox.
Hey, Sacramento, it's De'Aaron Fox, and you're listening to the home of the Sacramento Kings, Sacktown Sports.
Your local sports leader.
I didn't ask to be thrown in the streets with nowhere to go. I didn't think I'd survive. But I did ask for help, and Covenant House was there for me.
1 in 10 young adults will experience a form of homelessness this year. For these kids who didn't ask to be put in this unthinkable situation, Covenant House is there.
Covenant House helped me break the cycle of homelessness in my family. They gave me the love that I needed.
Over 2,000 young people will sleep safely in a Covenant House bed tonight. When youth who are experiencing homelessness have a hot meal, a safe place to sleep, medical care, and love, they can overcome heartbreaking challenges and have a brighter future.
They just really genuinely just wanted to help me succeed, and I'm succeeding. I'm a speaker, I'm an author. Covenant House really helped me and really helped mold me into the woman I am today.
If you or someone you love is asking for help, go to safeplacetosleep.org today.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Folsom Lake Kia.
I'm Tamara Berg in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. A pretty unsettled day ahead for your Friday. Expect a quiet start to the morning with showers developing later this afternoon. Chance for a few isolated thunderstorms as well. Highs stay in the upper 60s. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA 3 app.
Spring savings continue at Folsom Lake Kia. Low payments, special offers, 0 down deals on approval of credit. Shop your trusted Kia dealership for over 25 years and tell them DC sent you. FolsomLakeKia.com.
Tired of hearing scary radio ads about the IRS? Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000 or $500,000, we have a solution. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS with zero risk to you. If we can't reduce your tax debt, then you pay nothing. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with a BBB. End your tax nightmare today by visiting TRA.com or call 800-583-6580. That's 800-583-6580.
Progressive presents good news, bad news, dumb news, then great news. Good news. Your coworker Kyle said bundling home and auto insurance with Progressive could save you money. Bad news. While saying this, Kyle was eating your clearly labeled lunch. Dumb news. Pizza near work costs $7 a slice, and it tastes like drywall covered in ketchup. Great news. You decide to see if you could save money bundling at Progressive.com and enjoy more lunches far away from Kyle. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers not available in all states.
ZZ Top, the Elevation Tour.
Friday, May 3rd, 7:30 p.m., the venue at Thunder Valley with special guest, Fog Hat.
Oh, I'm back.
ZZ Top. Playing all their classic hits. The venue at Thunder Valley. For tickets, visit ThunderValleyResort.com.
Want more speed? Well, Xfinity just increased their internet speeds, and they're faster than ever. It's time to get more out of your internet with faster speeds from Xfinity. Now through June 21st, get 150 megabit Xfinity internet for only $19.99 a month for 12 months with a 1-year contract. That's double the speed for the same great price. Click, call, or visit a store today. Requires paperless billing and autopay with stored bank account. Restrictions apply. Equipment, taxes, and other charges extra. After promo, regular rates apply. Actual speeds vary.
What's up? We're talking to Chad Hoblet of Hoblet Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, and Woodland. Chad, what's going on for Ram Truck Month?
We are very excited to be celebrating 75 years in business by doing what we do best, helping you get the truck you need for less. Right now, save up to $11,000 off MSRP on new 2024 Ram 1500 Bighorn Crew Cabs. And with over 500 new Rams available, you won't find a better selection in all of California.
Wow, 75 years. That is amazing.
It all started with my grandpa and great-grandpa's dream, and it's grown over the years to where we've had a chance to serve tens of thousands of customers and show them there's something special about Hoblet you just can't get at those big city auto mall dealerships.
Come experience the difference at California's #1 Ram truck dealer. Search, select, and save through their whole inventory at HobletDodge.com. Unbeatable prices, unbeatable selection. Nobody beats Hoblet, period.
11,000 total net savings after 5,000 factory rebates and 6,000 dealer discounts. Rebates include 2,000 Chrysler Capital bonus cash. Must finance through Chrysler Capital qualify. 500 first responder bonus cash. Must be current member of eligible first responder association. More than 5 of this total net savings. See dealer for details.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios, KHTK-AM Sacramento, KYMX HD2 Sacramento, the only station in Sacramento giving you local sports coverage from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday.
Sacktown Sports.
The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sacktown Sports.
Monty McNair. It goes without saying, in full transparency, I'm very fond of Monty. As a lifelong Kings fan, I care very much about the people that are in charge of this team. And I'm only using not like I'm any different than anyone else. I don't mean it in that way, but I don't want to speak for anyone else. I take a very vested interest. I very much liked Pete D'Alessandro at first, but it was very clear that he was over his head after a while, which we've documented on the air here once upon a time. I love Vlade to pieces. And there were some extenuating circumstances for Vlade that didn't help. But I never once had a doubt in my mind that Vlade Divac desperately wanted what was best for this team. Mm-hmm. Desperately. Lived, ate, breathed. But as our boss always says, don't confuse effort with results. And Vlade was the GM for one of the biggest draft misses in NBA history, which we all know about. Monty McNair has come in, and to me, he has been open, but not too open. He knows how to non-answer questions, which is good. I appreciate secrecy. I appreciate close to the vest stuff. I think he's incredibly smart. Mm-hmm. I mean, the guy's an Ivy Leaguer, but he's incredibly smart. I think that he's a nerd in the best way. He understands all the analytics, all the numbers, all that stuff, and has employed a crew that does the same. Yet also
go outside, nerd. Get out. Go.
But also has athletic background to where he also, as we said when he first came in, the most exciting thing may be that he speaks nerd, he speaks jock. So he can have these conversations with ownership. He can have these conversations with players. And I think the results show that since Monty McNair has come, whether it's Mike Brown, the players he's acquired, we talk about aggression. And again, I'm presenting the pro side here. Monty McNair has arguably made the most positively aggressive move in the history of this franchise when he traded his first ever draft pick, a guy that most were saying is a future all-star, perhaps Hall of Famer, and took
an all-star.
Huh?
He was an all-star.
No, right. I'm saying at the time. Yes. And Tyrese Halliburton, and had the cojones to recognize that, hey, this ain't going to work in the backcourt. We got to make a move, and this is the guy we want. And all that's happened is they've been playing meaningful games in April ever since. And he, I think, also understands, as you mentioned earlier, Jason, the continuity is a huge thing. So when he says we're going to run it back, he means we're going to run it back also in the sense that we need this continuity. This is very important. This is stuff that doesn't show up on the box score, but it matters late in games and in the playoffs eventually. You have to go through the highs and the lows. And then on top of that, he can't force 29 other GMs to make the moves he wants to make. And I really appreciated that he made that Sabonis Halliburton move in a contract year and didn't empty the cupboard as a lot of other GMs would have done to save it. He put it all on the line, and it worked. He gambled and he won. So I am very frustrated that they didn't make any significant moves last summer. I was very frustrated with the rest of you that they didn't make any significant moves at the trade deadline. Kessler Edwards, talking about the year before last. And I was very frustrated that they didn't make any significant moves at the trade deadline. And I'm not here to excuse all of it. But I go into the summer and I feel like Monty McNair has earned just enough trust to know that what he said all along is still true. We have the flexibility to do things. A lot of those teams that made those moves at the deadlines, they don't have that flexibility anymore. There's going to be some distressed player out there, whether it's a star or a fantastic piece, that we now have the ability to go out and get. I'm not going to say this team's not going to be recognizable next year. That'd be irresponsible. But I still very much am confident having this team in Monty's hands. Now, ask me next summer.
Right.
Depends. But right now, I'm glad Monty McNair's in charge of the team. That's the best I can do.
Yeah. So you wanted to push back from me on that?
I'm saying I know there's holes.
Yeah.
And you may not necessarily disagree, but.
Well, I agree with a lot of it, to be honest.
Sure.
I mean, I think they're in I think when you have a team, what are you trying to do? You're trying to acquire assets, be favorable contracts, have stars, have a future.
Yes.
There's a lot of things pointing in the positive direction.
Yes.
For the Kings. I guess. I mean, look, I'm a Monty proponent. I think they've got a good thing. I think they've got a good front office. I think they're in good position. I really do. And his grading to me is kind of a fluid situation because I think it really is an off-season thing. And then you get your another shot as a trade at any point or, mid-season trade deadline kind of stuff. But after that, you kind of have to keep evaluating, watching the next talent, watching the season, who you can add to your team. So the constant grading is this is going to hinge on Malik, whether or not he comes back. I guess the pushback I would have is, if any, and I'm just doing this to push back, your opportunity to change the team a bit would have been to not sign Harrison Barnes.
Yes.
So now you almost are forced to do something.
Yes.
Now you don't do something just to do something, which he'll say and others say, and I agree with that. But that would have, Herter was coming back, Fox, all that was coming back. You had a decision on Trey Lyles. I think that was a good decision. He's not costing you that much. He's going to stay around. Your other offseason moves, too, were to elect to bring in JaVale McGee, Sasha Vezenkov, draft Colby Jones, move Rashawn Holmes. I mean, so I think the moves that they did make didn't have the impact that maybe they had hoped.
Sure.
But I also think, now I'm backing to favor him in this sense, if the complete group that was here a year ago played as well as they did before, maybe the complementary pieces slide in a little bit better. Like if Barnes had the year he had the year before, and so did Herter.
Yeah.
You don't need Sasha to be as good, or you don't need Colby Jones. I mean, the people that
Right.
JaVale McGee and stuff, it's like, man, that starting five was good again. Won 40 plus, maybe 50 games in this case. Monk was the 6th man of the year candidate. It's like they kind of already have the really good thing, and these other pieces, maybe they'll have an impact later. But then when those injuries happen, now you kind of slide people up. You're like, man, it'd been great if Sasha was good. He wasn't that good this year. Man, it'd be great if Colby Jones was ready to go and have a huge impact. Now, on the positive, here's Keon Ellis coming out of nowhere.
Right.
And that's player development. That's finding a guy. You want more of those kind of wins. So he's had enough of the wins, I think, to cover what some would say, and maybe not for everybody, would say is inactivity at the deadline. But you've said this, and it's like what was offered.
Right.
Like I personally would rather stay out of it if it's a bad deal. And you'll never know what a bad deal is, but I'm going to trust them that they thought they didn't get what they want. They didn't hear what they wanted to hear. You don't just do it like, hey, yeah, we talked to them, but we weren't going to do that deal.
I think his draft record also is
good.
Good.
Mm-hmm.
Davion Mitchell was his first, or wait, was it second?
Halliburton Mitchell.
Duh. I just said Halliburton was his first. Halliburton's obviously a slam dunk, home run, especially where they got him. You could blame other teams for missing, whatever. I don't think Dallas worries about everyone else missing for Luka Doncic. It is what it is. Davion, I would give the pick probably a low C right now. He is a rotational player. You look at, obviously you look at the Shenguns of the world that got picked behind him. It's tough to give that a great grade. Conventional wisdom says that they really wanted Franz Wagner, who was taken a pick before. Nothing to do about that. Keegan Murray was a high draft pick. I don't think anybody's regretting that pick right now. And then last year's pick was really kind of if you want to put the purple glasses on a little bit, you traded your mid-20s pick. They didn't like anyone, and they used it to extend Domantas Sabonis.
Yeah.
So I'm fine with his draft record so far. And then, again, add in the Keon Ellis's, add in the periphery, the Trey Lyles signing.
And we should also point out, I would even say that this isn't revision. People need to go back to draft night. I don't know that even on draft night, his picks were wildly popular.
They weren't.
So you have to be strong enough to believe what you did then let it play out. And then now people go, man, he's drafted pretty well. Like Keegan was not popular when it was taken.
No, Keegan was incredibly the bulk of Sacramento Kings fans, poll after poll after poll, wanted Jaden Ivey.
Mm-hmm.
That's just a fact. Now, it was
if one of the other three fell, which
yes.
at that time was what? Banchero, Holmgren, and Jabari Smith.
I would say that on average, Keegan Murray was the 5th most wanted pick amongst Kings fans, and we did a ton of.
I remember back then I wanted Mathurin. Whatever that's
absolutely.
worth. I mean, I'm like, what do I know? They're going to follow way more. But I'm like, if you're asking me, I go, I like Benedict Mathurin. I think it's great. I love Keegan.
Absolutely. Keegan. By the way, Mathurin wouldn't have been a terrible pick either.
Yeah.
So, Halliburton was a wildly popular pick, I think, because we all thought we got some found money there. But you're right, Davion wasn't that popular, although he wasn't unpopular.
Yeah, he was from a national champion. People
Baylor,
maybe knew him. Yeah.
In the end, I would give Monty's season. I would give it a C.
Mm-hmm.
But I would give his overall record a low A, high B.
Mm-hmm.
I would acknowledge that some of the things that happened to get him that C were maybe a little bit out of his control. The injuries, Sasha Vezenkov. It'd be very interesting, as the texter's pointing out, very interesting to see how he does next year.
Right.
Feels like there was a little bit of my first, away from home, culture shock.
That's why this is all fluid, right? Like to me, you can do it by season, but if Monk is not kept, I feel differently. If Monk is kept, I feel differently. If Sasha in year 2 is much better, you feel differently. These are players are constantly evaluated, so are GMs.
Brandon Nunes is going to join us at 9 today. His final appearance of the season. We'll have a little conversation with him, and we'll run some of this by him as well. Coming up next, let's talk about Should we do Keegan or should we do Domas?
Dealer's choice.
Dealer's choice. We'll let Chris decide. We're either going to do, you know what? We'll run a YouTube poll. Run a YouTube poll, would you, Chris? Should we break down Keegan Murray or Domantas Sabonis? You have the break on YouTube to decide which way our programming goes, and we'll get into their evaluations in just 2 minutes.
What's the missing piece for the 49ers?
Which names will they add during free agency? Whether it's in season or off season, the coverage never stops. Get the latest 49ers news on Sacktown Sports and sacktownsports.com.
For a precision-crafted performance, the decision is easy. A new Acura from Acura of Stockton. Get the driving experience you've been waiting for in a new Acura. Get the best selection and customer service you deserve from Acura of Stockton. Shop in person or use our online express store at AcuraofStockton.com. Acura of Stockton will buy your trade, even if you don't buy from us. Don't settle for less than precision-crafted performance of a new Acura from Acura of Stockton and AcuraofStockton.com.
It's a myth to think you don't play golf well enough to get fitted for golf clubs. The professionals at the Hagen Oaks Player Performance Studio would argue that playing the game with golf clubs properly fitted to your body and swing characteristics is the best way to improve your game and have more fun on the golf course. With a professional staff of fitters, all the major brands of equipment, and cutting-edge technology featuring TrackMan, the indoor-outdoor Hagen Oaks Player Performance Studio is worth a look. See for yourself, Fulton Avenue at the Cap City Freeway. Schedule your fitting at 916-808-2531, 808-2531.
The only place in the morning to get your sports fix. Live and local. The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
And Cookie.
And welcome back. All right, let's see. Where are we going here? Oh, interesting. I'll let this poll slide for David. I'll let the poll. I will let the voting.
Shamelessly pumping the poll here.
I will let the voting continue on our question on YouTube.
You're scared.
I am so. Yes, exactly. It's like I have like Verlad PTSD here.
Mm-hmm.
I'll let that go for a couple more minutes here. Who do you want us to talk about? The 7th.
I pay my taxes.
Because I had something for you. I thought I had something. Oh yes, another poll we got. The one out yonder.
I know I'm shamelessly pumping the poll here.
Mm-hmm. Let's go back to the question. We were talking about the whole Bronny James thing, and let's go back to all of that. The question is, Kings fans, would you trade the lottery pick, which I mean, would you draft Bronny James basically, for 2 years of LeBron James? And obviously that would have to fit into the cap, so you're not talking about $40 million LeBron, obviously. We are now up to almost 1,300 votes. People have opinions. 57% now. I think that's up 1. Say yes, they would. 43% say no, including at Clifford with 3 Ds and 3 Fs. It's not how you spelled. Who says anyone who says yes is as delusional as current Laker fans. Well, how you doing there, delusional guy?
Me,
fellow delusional guy.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, sorry. Look, I know it's kind of a silly conversation. I get it. But you have an opportunity to add one of the greatest players of all time who's still putting up 25, 7, and 7, who can play defense and has been there before. I mean, are you kidding me? With Fox, Sabonis, LeBron James, Keegan Murray, and who cares? Let's go. And it follows the timeline too.
Sure.
Follows the timeline perfectly. Anyway. Looks like Keegan Murray is the runaway winner, Jason.
Okay.
Almost 7 out of 10 say they want us to grade.
That sounds good, guys.
Yeah, let's
talk about me.
Let's talk about Keegan Murray. Well, the thing about talking about Keegan Murray is, do we not have any sound on Keegan Murray?
Well, we can give our opinions.
Yeah. What, did Keegan not do an exit interview? Was he the one?
I didn't have much to say.
Yeah, it was fine. It was great. Okay, we don't need it because we have plenty of stuff on Keegan Murray, including his numbers from the year, Jason. Keegan,
yeah.
We talked about this a little bit. Keegan had a drop off in some numbers, predominantly his efficiency. But overall, there were increases there. There were increases in points per game. There were increases in boards per game. He developed this year.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the easiest way to say it.
He also had a game that I will say I did not think he was capable of. When he scored 47.
Yeah.
Set a franchise record for made threes. I mean, had one of those days where you go, oh, anybody can get hot. And I'm thinking a hot game for Keegan is, I don't know, low to mid 30s.
Yep.
47.
Yeah.
More than anybody on this roster has ever done. Like, I did not see that coming, and that was great to see. I know last year when he played, was it the first California Classic and maybe the only one? Like, they basically said, you can't shoot enough. Like, be aggressive, be aggressive, be aggressive. I think he's done better, but I still want more.
Yes.
And I think they want more. He gets in trouble, if anything, for not shooting open looks. So, again, there is no red light really on this team, Coach Brown. Everybody wants him to be aggressive. So I think if he can continue to work on that, he's certainly got better defensively. That is very noticeable. I'm not as worried about the offensive drop-off or the efficiency or maybe less productive on threes. I think that's going to continue to be a good thing. I think, to me, where I think Keegan's development needs to come, he's not a free throw merchant, probably never will be.
Yeah.
But he might go games without getting to the line. He needs to be a guy that puts the ball on the floor, gets a few fouls. He's a good free throw shooter. I don't know. Can he get 4 free throw attempts a game? Nothing crazy, but that means some nights he has 10. Some nights he doesn't get to the line. I think he's a good rebounder, good defender. 3-point shot is pretty good and needs to keep developing. But, yeah, the aggressive offense needs to be there. And I think the healthiest this team could be, Dave, would be De'Aaron Fox leading the team in scoring with Keegan a clear number 2.
Yes,
and then Sabonis.
I agree.
That's the layout to me, and it wasn't quite there this year.
That's the best this team could look. I couldn't agree with you more. Let's look at this. I think it's really interesting what you said about the free throws, because I agree with you.
Yeah, I don't even know what the numbers are.
No, I didn't know them by heart either. Here's what surprised me a little bit. Last year, it's important to remember Keegan Murray played in 3 more games, 80 to 77 last year. His minutes per game, though, are up almost 4 full minutes per game. So he probably played more total minutes this year, I would imagine, but played in less games. His usage was up a good 4 or 5%, which means it wasn't just Keegan with the ball in the corner when he was the 5th option. I mean, they were running more of the offense around him. When it comes to free throws, last year he was 62 of 81 for 76.5%. This year he almost doubled, 103 out of 124 for 83.1% on the team, on a team that shot dead last in the NBA in free throws. He shot 83.1%. That's pretty awesome. He only had 4 more turnovers this year than last year, which is interesting considering his points per game went up a full 3 points. He went up a half assist, 0.3 of a block, went up a full rebound a game. Again, his free throw percentage improved by 7%. His field goal percentage went up by 1/10. It's effectively the same. The only significant drop off, if you want to call it that, is he shot 6% less from beyond the arc. And he made 23 less 3-pointers. Okay. So really, honestly, it was just and I think it's fair to say too, and something that that's a little bit tougher to throw numbers in, Jason. His biggest leap of all might have been defense.
Yes, for sure.
He became
no doubt about
true blue defensive plus defender.
Well, yeah, and he guarded multiple positions. Yeah. That's the key too, is the versatility of. Some nights he was running around guarding Steph Curry. Then he's guarding Kevin Durant. Like that range is pretty ridiculous. And that's when it's not, hey, he's just the best the Kings can put out there defensively on the perimeter. No, he's that important to what they do to guard multiple positions. And I could see that continue to be his kind of calling card for this team.
Now I'm going to give you a scenario here that I want to bring you into. I was just going over and comparing the seasons, right? Forget I just said that. What if I told you that last year Keegan Murray averaged 17.5 points per game, This year, he averaged 13 points per game. What if I told you that his total rebounds were down 0.7? What if I told you that his field goal percentage had dropped almost 5.5 points, and his 3-point percentage dropped a full 10%? Would we say he regressed?
Yeah.
I agree. Now, obviously, that's not what happened, but what I did just read you are his home and away splits, and I think it's a subject we have to visit.
Wow.
His home and away
I didn't know it was that drastic.
I didn't either till I got into it before the Pelicans game last week, and it was, we need home Keegan to show up in New Orleans. And by the way, narrator, it didn't.
Right.
Jason, he scores a full 4.5 points less per game on the road. His rebounds are down. His assists are flat. His free throws are flat across the board. Although I'll say this, he attempts a full 1.4 less free throws per game on the road than he does at home. But his 3-point shooting down 10%. His field goal percentage overall 43% on the road, 30% from beyond the arc.
And again, that's a season's worth, not 5 games.
No, exactly. It is an absolute difference. Enough to where you say, okay, that's not a coincidence.
What's going on?
What's going on there? Is he affected by the crowd? Does he just like the rims?
Does he miss the Murray chant?
Is that what it is? Exactly. Do we need to send fans on the road to do it? I don't know, but there's something there. And the most likely solution, or the most likely thing, is he just likes to play at home, and he's used to the rims, and he's only in his second year. That's the type of stuff that goes away. But I think my biggest knock on Keegan Murray this year would be his home and away splits. That's very, very noticeable. But Jason, I'm completely fine with Keegan's year.
Oh yeah,
I'm looking forward to his third year.
There was growth, and the good thing is, I think we're asking for another jump because he's capable of it.
That's 100%.
Where we go, can they get more out of it? Like, you're not. This isn't a stretch,
right,
to think that Keegan could be the second leading scorer next year. And nights where he, a Warrior game, the play-in game that they advanced. I mean, he had 32 and was incredible. A huge reason why they won. He can do that more.
Yes,
he can. He's more than capable.
Would you say you want to see him make another jump? So you want to see his double jump, his second jump? Well, speaking of growth, the NFL draft happened last night. A lot of teams looking to grow their talent level. We'll get to the round 1 recap, including the Niners and Raiders, and the fastest player taken in the draft. You'll never guess where he went. A little bit of draft notes next.
Trying to find out where to catch your favorite team's games?
Are you a fan of the Kings, Niners, and the NFL? Well, Sacktown Sports has you covered.
Touchdown! San Francisco!
It's all on his shoulders. Cox rocks. He fires for the win. He's got the triple.
Catch all your Kings, Niners, and NFL games all year long on Sacktown Sports and SacktownSports.com.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Elk Grove Honda.
I'm Tamara Berg in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. A pretty unsettled day ahead for your Friday. Expect a quiet start to the morning with showers developing later this afternoon. Chance for a few isolated thunderstorms as well. Highs stay in the upper 60s. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA 3 app.
The 2024 Accord is once again a winner of the 2024 Car and Driver's 10 Best Cars, making Honda the winningest brand in Car and Driver Award history. Come drive it. We are Elk Grove Honda in the Elk Grove Auto Mall, Highway 99 at Elk Grove Boulevard.
I gotta get an Elk Grove Honda.
Sacramento sports fans, get ready to score big with the Sacktown Sports live events calendar. We're bringing you the hottest acts and the biggest concerts all season long. First up on May 10th, it's a night of laughs as Pete Davidson takes the stage at Hard Rock Live. It's comedy gold and a night you won't want to miss. Visit hardrockhotelsacramento.com for tickets. And June 8th, Live Nation brings NF to the Golden One Center as he lights up the stage with his high-energy performance. Visit Live Nation or Ticketmaster.com to score your tickets today. But wait, the fun doesn't stop there. On August 4th, don't miss the Outlaw Music Festival at the Toyota Amphitheater, featuring legends like Willie Nelson, Bob Dylan, and John Mellencamp. It's a concert experience that'll rock your world.
And looking ahead to August 22nd, get ready to kick up some dust with Creed Fisher at Ace of Spades, presented by Live Nation. Keep the adrenaline pumping, Sacramento. Visit sacktownsports.com for all the details and ticket information. The Sacktown Sports Live Events Calendar, your ultimate guide to the hottest shows and events in town. Stay tuned to Sacktown Sports for exclusive updates and your chance to win tickets. Thinking of remodeling your home? Say goodbye to endless internet searches and visit Subcontractors United. Find a list of 3 pre-qualified and licensed contractors in each home service category. From cabinets to landscapers and everything in between, Subcontractors United makes finding qualified contractors free and easy, with no accounts to set up. Visit subcontractorsunited.com and experience the joy of stress-free home improvement. Save time and money at subcontractorsunited.com.
Whitey here, reminding you that not all gas grills are created equal. Bring out all the delicious flavors in your grilled meats with the amazing Napoleon Prestige and Prestige Pro line of outdoor cookers. My Napoleon Stainless Steel Pro Series gas grill has turned me into a grilling pro with features other grills cannot match. They're built different, built better, built to last. Made with premium stainless steel that boasts quality and a lifetime warranty. I may never want to cook indoors again. Napoleon grills and accessories are now available at your nearby Amy's, Ace Hardware in Sacramento, and now El Dorado.
Want more speed? Well, Xfinity just increased their internet speeds, and they're faster than ever. It's time to get more out of your internet with faster speeds from Xfinity. Now through June 21st, get 150 megabit Xfinity internet for only $19.99 a month for 12 months with a 1-year contract. That's double the speed for the same great price. Click, call, or visit a store today. Requires paperless billing and auto-pay with stored bank account. Restrictions apply. Equipment, taxes, and other charges extra. After promo, regular rates apply. Actual speeds vary.
Were you recently in a car accident? Don't let the insurance companies push you around. Turn to the experts at Gonzalez Law. Our team specializes in car accident cases, wrongful termination, and criminal defense, fighting tirelessly to get you the compensation and justice you deserve. With years of experience and a track record of success, we don't settle for less, and neither should you. Visit SACLegalDefense.com or call 916-304-9187 for a free consultation. Gonzalez Law, your advocate in the fight for justice.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave for my good friends at American Energy. Now, I've told you this before, but this is what we call extending a good deal. Right now, American Energy Heat and Air is offering an HVAC diagnostic for $99. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. Never mind. They're offering it free. It's a $99 value, but you get it for $0. Let the American Energy team test your system connections and all the moving parts of that system to ensure that it's functioning properly. Now, this is a limited time offer. Call today to schedule your appointment at 916-520-9990. Speak to the company that has an A-plus rating with the Better Business Bureau that's been making the greater Sacramento area proud since 1981. 916-520-9990 or AmericanEnergyAir.com. Tell them Carmichael Dave sent you.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
Carmichael Dave.
He has very good sources, and he just kind of tells it as it is and gets to the point.
Jason Ross.
He has a lot of pretty smart things to say.
He's good at what he does.
On Sacktown Sports.
Guys, it just mutes. Smells like toilet in here.
Really?
Somebody spray Lysol or something?
Yeah.
I'm not saying it smells like a specific offshoot.
It did kind of sound like it disinfected in there.
Yeah, like it smells like toilet. You know how like toilet is a smell. I'm not saying it smells like anything coming from a toilet. It just smells toilety. All right,
Yes.
Coming to you from Sacktown Sports Toilet Studios. It's Dave, it's Jason.
Toilet.
You're in the toilet store. Final hour and a half of the program. NFL Draft, round 1 is in the books. Thrills, chills, magic, prizes.
Is this when we start our teams 1 through 32 grades?
Yes.
You're not going to like this. The Jags draft pick was asked how he felt about Tony Khan taking a pile driver from the elite.
Was he? And what did he say? He felt great.
He's just like, you could tell he had no idea what he was talking about. He's like, oh, I hope he feels better.
And I mean, again, if I'm a Jags fan, I am super stoked that the owner's son took a pile driver, and I'm being asked that. That's a serious organization right there.
As a wrestling fan, this has been one of the greatest drafts of my life.
I see that. I'm not begrudging any of the wrestling angle at all. This is certainly not coming from an anti-wrestling or entertain. Like I said, it's brilliant marketing for his wrestling outfit. Brilliant. No notes. Let me just.
They're probably about worth the same.
What, the Jags and AEW? You think so?
They were just evaluated at $2 billion.
Jesus. Let me just put it in terms so people can understand maybe a little better. Like, imagine if the Kings draft pick this year was asked, like if Anjali or one of Vivek's children ran a wrestling outfit and the Kings were mired in, well, pretty much the same as now, but no playoffs, let's say. No playoffs last year either.
The Jags made the playoffs last year.
Did they? That's how bad it was. I don't even remember. They're perennially crap.
2 years ago they did.
2 years ago.
2 years.
And you're dealing with this? It's just not a serious organization, man. It is not and by the way, Trevor Lawrence, not exactly who everyone thought he was so far. Not necessarily his fault.
Right.
6 quarterbacks went in the first 12 picks, man. Jason.
That was surprising. I knew at the very top we were going to see obviously Caleb Williams, Daniels, and Drake May. Those were all considered. But then what was going to happen with Bo Nix, Michael Penix?
Yes.
A little surprising that, and then McCarthy. Where would he go? And he went to the Vikings.
Yeah, so you got now JJ to JJ on the Vikings, so that's neat. The Raiders got Brock Bowers out of Georgia. By all accounts, fantastic tight end, best tight end of the draft. The question is, well, you already had a pretty good tight end. Is that what you needed? But they went best player available.
Yeah, I wonder if they were caught off guard thinking they were getting one of the 6 QBs, and surprise, surprise, they were gone.
I believe your cousin John Ross was the former fastest player in draft history. That has now been taken over by Xavier Worthy, who is now a Chief.
Yeah, via trade, he goes there. And, I mean, look, you got to do what's best for your team, but the Bills kind of helped make this happen. And so you just let the champs get another significant weapon. Potentially, I'd say that. We don't know. Maybe he's not the guy, but, I mean, he was the fastest guy ever in the combine.
Look, dude, if he can get open and he can catch the ball, good luck.
Yeah.
Good luck. We played Steve Smith earlier talking about new 49er Ricky Pearsall. And we played a couple of seconds of CJ Stroud. I've got an extended version here. CJ was in, the Carolina quarterback was on a round table, like studio show type. Did I say Carolina?
Yeah.
Why would I mix that up? Who's Carolina? Bryce.
Young.
It's Friday.
Yeah.
You got the reliever warming up. CJ Stroud, who had a wonderful year for the Houston Texans, who by all accounts not only is a future superstar, but also a really, really highly intelligent, good human being as well. I liked him as much for that as I did his play this year. Here he is speaking at length about Ricky Pearsall.
With the 31st pick, the Niners select. Wow. Your guy.
He just put his head in his hands.
Well, we probably was going to get a receiver. But, hey, shout out to Pearsall.
That was the first reaction I've seen you do that.
Good.
Damn. And that brings up a lot of questions about Debo and Brandon Ayuk as the Niners go Ricky Pearsall from Florida. Shocking in that that's the catch of the year right there, one-handed catch. He played with Brandon Ayuk and Jaden Daniels for a season at Arizona State. He will be a 24-year-old rookie. He's kind of a slot guy. Nickname is Slick Rick. Over 2,400 yards in his career. Ricky Pearsall, the pick for the Niners.
How is he even on their radar? I'm happy for him, though, because he want to go in the first round and get some more money. I talked to him a couple times, man. Congrats, bro. That's big time. Bro, he's elite. You'll see.
He gets open.
Especially in that offense, man. Kyle's going to dial it up for him. That's why I feel like he was going to fit in our system.
4.41 with a 1.49 10-yard split.
He's nasty, bro.
Well, if you give him a free release, he gets open.
I don't care if you press him. You put on the Missouri game, they press man a lot, bro. Like it's just that something like that.
Yeah.
Like Tank has it like that. Just that little quick, little hezzy like.
I literally wrote down rocker step. He has the same rocker step that Tank Dell has, where you go back, 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 and then he just takes the guy to the top of the route. Amazing hands. I mean, the only question with him is play strength. Like sometimes when corners get their hands on him, it can disrupt his routes. He's not that big. 6'1", 189. But that's it, man. I mean, amazing route runner, high-end deep speed, tracks the ball exceptionally well, 3.6% career drop rate. Like, if his ball is catchable, he's catching it. So, for the San Francisco 49ers, this lends me to believe he's more like Ayuk than he is Debo. Like if we think they're trading one of them, and that's obviously been the rumor, he is more to fill the Brandon Ayuk role in that offense than he would the Debo Samuel role. But in that offense, he's getting open.
Can I ask why? Like, did you meet this guy? Like, what is it about Ricky that you're this effusive in your praise?
I don't know what it is, man. I'm not saying like I'm some guru or some receiver like GOAT that just, but I know routes when I see him. I know football players.
Well, you've played with like 5 Pro Bowl wide receivers.
Exactly. So like when I watched him, like at first I was like, okay, he's good because I seen him at Arizona State. And then his first year at Florida was okay. But this last year, bro, he put it together. And bro, when I tell you, I don't know what like it's like Tank. Like you can't just put one, like it's everything combined.
Obviously, CJ Stroud.
He likes him.
He's a huge, huge fan of this guy. Now, it did hurt me a little bit. I did see the Rams. And you know me long enough to know that if anything, I tend to be a little more pessimistic, shockingly. But with room to back it up, a little more pessimistic about Florida State players. The Rams getting Jared Verse when they lose Aaron Donald, and let me be clear here, Jared Verse is not Aaron Donald. Nobody's Aaron Donald, but my God, that's some really good value. You're going to see Jared Verse doing some pretty cool things on Sundays. There are 3 guys on Florida State mainly, skill guys that I love. Obviously, Verse. Keon Coleman, the transfer out of Michigan State, was right there for the 49ers. I was honestly, he's going to be a fun pro.
What is he? He's a receiver?
Wide receiver, sorry. Wide receiver. But Bill Belichick was on with Pat McAfee yesterday, and I thought he said he's a phenomenal analyst. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. He breaks the whole thing down. He called the pick, and he said basically they must know something about his blocking, because if you don't block as a receiver, whether you're Debo, whether you're McCaffrey, whether you're Ayuk, whether you're Juwan Jennings, you don't play for Kyle Shanahan. So that might have been Keon Coleman wasn't exactly Mr. Blocker. And then Raider fan out there, I said this yesterday. If you have an opportunity to grab Jordan Travis, the quarterback, I'm going to change my complete and total mind about your draft. Someone's going to grab Jordan Travis, who jacked his ankle last year, completely derailed Florida State's undefeated season. He was a Heisman Trophy candidate for a reason, and he's available on day 2. I'm very interested to see who grabs, with 6 quarterbacks already gone. I will tell you right now, Jordan Travis is going to be better than at least a couple of those 6 quarterbacks. I am absolutely confident in. I am looking forward to day 2, including maybe some fireworks from the 49ers with their wide receiver core.
Sure. Something to watch.
We'll take a break. Who's hot, who's not? We'll go streaking. Can Carmichael Dave continue his streak and approach a season high? We'll find out right after this.
The Sacramento Kings play here.
He's got the triple. Sacramento takes the lead. Outstanding ball movement by Sacramento.
Every triple, every jam, every Kings win.
Sabonis with the jam over the Joker. He's got the three-point shot.
Get your Kings fix all season long.
Right here on your home of the Sacramento Kings.
Here's a steal by Fox, a breakaway. He's got the rip with the left hand.
Sacktown Sports at sacktownsports.com.
A lot can happen between falling in love with a house online and owning it, between imagining living there and breathing in your new home for the first time. Having an advocate who can help you navigate the complex world of financing, inspections, negotiating, analyzing the market, and talking through any anxieties that may pop up, that can make all the difference. That's what the expertise of a Realtor can do for you. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors and bound by a code of ethics, because that's who we are.
Hey, this is Carly, and a little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A Chicken Minis is the combination of flavors. The first thing I always taste is the honey butter. It gets me going in the morning. The Chicken Minis are phenomenal. The roll is soft and the chicken is crispy. I never had chicken for breakfast before, but they were so good. I told my mom and sister about them, and now they're a family thing. It's the perfect breakfast bite.
Breakfast starts with Chicken Minis and Simply Orange Juice on the Chick-fil-A app. Real customer paid for their testimonial.
With a variety of weekly promotions, there's something for everyone to enjoy at a Sacramento Rivercats game. Don't miss a Toyota Family Value Tuesday featuring $2 hot dogs and $2 ice cream, or Thirsty Thursday featuring ice-cold beer. Join us on Smut Orange Fridays for happy hour and live music. And don't forget to stick around post-game every Friday and Saturday night as we light up the sky with post-game fireworks. Find all promotional details at rivercats.com and make your plans to head out to Sutter Health Park this season.
Guys, did you know your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED? And right now, Revive Men's Health Sacramento will check your testosterone for free. They're in Midtown in the Cal Sutter Medical Building and also offer telemedicine appointments. Schedule your free testosterone test, exam, and consultation today. Call 916-365-4566. That's 916-365-4566 or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
Hey, movie fans, the Esquire IMAX Theater in downtown Sacramento is now serving adult beverages. Back for a limited time. Dune Part 2, the IMAX experience.
We've been fighting the Harkonnens for decades. My family's been fighting them for centuries.
Treat yourself to this cinematic masterpiece on the IMAX 6-story screen. Getting advance tickets to a showtime is easy. Visit IMAX.com/Sacramento and reserve your seat today. And don't miss this last chance to see Dune Part 2 at the Esquire IMAX Theater.
Country in the Park is back May 17th and 18th at Cal Expo with Brantley Gilbert, Dustin Lynch, Jay Cohen, Walker Hayes, and more. Tickets start at just $46. Country in the Park, May 17th and 18th at Cal Expo. For more information, visit CITPFest.com.
Brought to you by the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Local 340.
I'm Ken Korak with your Green and Gold Report, brought to you by Xfinity 10G, the network made for streaming. Well, the legend of Mason Miller keeps growing, and what a place to showcase his talents than Yankee Stadium. After the elbow injury last year, Miller has made the transition this year in a big way from starting to relieving. His 8 fastballs in the first game of the series averaged 102 miles an hour, including 102.5 to strike out Aaron Judge to end the game.
Want more speed? Well, Xfinity just increased their internet speeds, and they're faster than ever. It's time to get more out of your internet with faster speeds from Xfinity. Now through June 21st, get 150 megabit Xfinity internet for only $19.99 a month for 12 months with a 1-year contract. That's double the speed for the same great price. Click, call, or visit a store today. Requires paperless billing and auto-pay with stored bank account. Restrictions apply. Equipment, taxes, and other charges extra. After promo, regular rates apply. Actual speeds vary.
What's hot and what's not. Brought to you by American Energy Heat and Air, making the uncomfortable comfortable. Head to AmericanEnergyAir.com to find out more.
What's hot?
Yeah, hot. Real hot. And what's not?
It's not good. Brought to you by American Energy Heating and Air, Sacramento's complete heating and cooling company and second opinion partner.
Real question. Who do you think will have more actual, not paid, actual attendance this year? The Oakland Athletics or the NFL Draft? I'll give you
all the days of the NFL Draft?
That's correct. The Oakland Athletics last year, paid attendance was 832,000 people. That was an average of 10,276 per game. This year, 81,000. That's an average of 6,244 paid per year. If you go 6,244 times 81, that extrapolates to 505,000 paid. Now, you said estimates were 200,000 to 300,000
for day one. Yeah,
for day one.
I think the A's will.
Controversial opinion. Interesting.
I think there's going to be some game. Now, look, there's going to be some games. It's already been this case, but I still think there's going to be some times this year too, especially the last homestand. I wouldn't be surprised if it's pretty crowded.
Yeah, that's true. There will be some,
like a sign off for some A's fans that spent many great years there and many great memories.
By the way, speaking of, I want to thank my new friends over at Last Dive Bar. I'll bring you one in too, Chris. They sent me out a box of wristbands that I'll be wearing. They had them made in King's colors because they saw a couple of the Cell shirts out there. So they had Last Dive Bar wristbands made in King's colors. I got a couple of different ones. They sent me a few of the colorways, if you will. So we'll bring those in just a way of supporting another fan movement group. All right, who is hot?
The Denver Nuggets.
What?
With the 112-105 win over the Lakers, the Nuggets have beat the Lakers for the 11th time in a row, going all the way back to last season's Western Conference Championship.
Dang, I thought we owned them. You know what else is hot about the Denver Nuggets, Jason Ross and Christopher Lawn? Their strategy. Here's the soft-spoken, rarely says anything Nikola Jokic last night. And I want everybody to listen to this clip of him. See if maybe you can squint and tilt your head and apply that to a certain home team you like.
First was me and first was me and Gary Harris, then me and Jamal, then we had the group and Jameer Nelson was here, Wilson Chandler, and those guys. You need to, I think we need to. Well, first of all, you need to learn how to play, and then when you get the core, then we had Mike, then we had AG, and then we had Casey. You're just adding players that know how to play and know where to be. And then you need to experience 2-3 years together, just to learn how to play with each other. Then you're gonna learn your teammates, where you're gonna kind of read his steps, how he's gonna go. If you go left hand, if you go right hand, it's everything. Seems like I think I know what all they're gonna do in certain spots on the floor.
I will say it till I'm blue in the face, man. If you want a really good blueprint on if Monty McNair had a book in his office that says how to be a GM,
I'd be concerned.
Right, exactly. GMing for dummies. If you had a book and you want to guess what Monty McNair's thought process is and what informs a lot of the decisions. Now, I'm not saying he's sitting there trying to copy word for word.
Right.
This is what he's doing. This is his thought process. Nikola Jokic said it. You need 2 to 3 years just to learn how to play with each other. Before then figure it out.
Right.
And he'd mentioned Jameer Nelson and some of the other players. They
were part of this whole beginning part of the journey.
Then they added Michael Porter Jr. Then they added Aaron Gordon. Then they added Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, Bruce Brown. Anyways,
Ed Millsap, Gary Harris, years ago.
That's exactly right. All right, who's not?
D'Angelo Russell.
Oh boy.
24 minutes in the Lakers lost last night. He was 0 of 7 from the field, 0 of 6 from the 3-point line.
They were booing him, booing the team too.
Oh my goodness gracious.
And the rumor is that he's going to be opting out of his contract this season.
Oh, well, great time.
Not interested.
Hey, you know who else is not hot, Chris? The Huddersfield Town Players. Their manager today went on. He's German. You can tell by the accent. And he was not happy with their performance.
Just on it, is that the worst thing for you, the fact that players stopped running, that they stopped trying?
I don't know, but it looked like when you watch the video, you saw the goal or not. What do you think about the goals we conceded?
No, the question is, but is that the most annoying, frustrating part for you? Is when you see the players stopping?
But haven't you seen the goals?
Yeah.
Okay, what do you think about the goals? Tell me. Come on, tell me. You haven't seen the goals?
I've seen the goals.
Yeah. Okay.
Tell me.
Hello.
Tell him.
What is the right answer for you?
The players could have been better.
Okay. You're right.
I love this guy, dude. He does not take any crap at all. He's like, yeah, they weren't running.
Yeah.
Figure it out. Love him. Jokic, Gordon, Murray, Michael Porter Jr. The first time since 1966 that 4 teammates each had 20 points or more, 5 or more rebounds versus the Lakers in LA. Now that sniffs a little bit like on a Wednesday,
Right.
but that's still, when you look
Still
at
checks out.
24 and 15 for Jokic, 29 and 15 for Gordon, 22 and 5 for Murray, 20 and 10 for Michael Porter Jr. Voof. We'll go a little further. Nikola Jokic and Aaron Gordon each had last night 20 or more points, 15 or more boards on 65% or higher field goal percentage shootings. That across nearly 4,000 playoff games played in the last 60 years. They're the first teammates to reach those marks in the same postseason game. You know who didn't do that? Jordan and Pippen. Jordan and Pippen didn't do it. Anyway,
Couldn't do it.
Couldn't do it. They weren't good enough. All right, let's go streaking, shall we? Why not?
It's time to go streaking.
We're going streaking!
Who is the Nostradamus of MLB? Who can keep the streak going? It's time to go streaking.
What the hell are you doing?
We're streaking. All right, we got a little bonus for you today on Let's Go Streaking. Baseball is about a month in.
Sure is.
Baseball is about, playing 162, looking at your season-long numbers. I got some numbers.
Oh.
How we're hitting right now.
Yeah. Let's go.
So Carmichael Day, I'll have yesterday's numbers added into this.
Carmichael Donkey. That's me.
By the way, you were on a streak of 4 games in a row trying to get to 5.
Yes, for the second time this year.
You took Bryce Turang.
Right.
From the Brewers.
He
got him 3 times. And he got you 1 hit.
Bryce Turang is my hero.
You're at 5. A season high 5-game hitting streak for the season, Dave.
Yeah.
You are now 17 of 74 with 6 home runs and 10 RBI. You're batting .229.
Gotcha.
Okay. You got a season high 5-game hitting streak right now.
I do.
Yeah.
I do. I believe I hold or am tied for both season high hitting streaks this year.
Yes.
So
you're going to pick your 6th one, go for 6 in a moment here. I had picked a guy named Ryan Jeffers from the Minnesota Twins.
Love Ryan Jeffers.
No idea who he was. I guess he's a catcher. Sure.
Good guess.
3 plate appearances. He got a hit, and he got a home run.
Look at that. That's
that.
huge.
Now I'm on a season high 3-game hitting streak.
You are.
For the season, I'm 17 of 69. You were 17 of 74.
Yeah.
That was my first home run.
Oh.
I have 6 RBI. I'm batting .246.
Would you do me a favor? Because I really love this. And I also know that for those of you who don't know, when Jason gets in on that, like, you can tell who wrote which part of the show. Because my thing is like, recap and audio. And Jason's thing will be like, for the 16th out of 19 times that you will go into it. At some point, I have a request.
Yeah.
Could we get these same type of numbers? But I'd be very curious as to how we're batting as streakings. So, like, let's say
on your streak?
Right. So, like, let's say we've had 30 days of doing this. Like, who has the best, like, how do those averages stack up? So, like, have I gotten 14 hits on the 30 players I picked? You know what I'm saying? Like, whether they got 5 hits or 1 hit.
Gotcha.
Just how many times?
So different than this was what I'm giving you?
No, I love this. Yeah, but this is for their total at bats for the game, right?
No, well, like your 17 of 74 is what you've done for the entirety of the season.
We've picked 74 times already?
No, you've had 74 plate appearances.
That's right, but I'm saying I'm doing a bad job at this.
Let's talk about this during the break.
Wait, hold on. I'm saying, okay, let's talk about this during the break.
Okay.
It'll make sense, but I'm doing badly at explaining.
All right, Chris Ralad took Jared Duran from the Boston Red Sox.
So, like, for example, if we did 10 days of picking streaks,
yeah,
and I got 5 of those 10 days, 5 of those times my guy got a hit, I'm batting 500.
Okay.
Even though my guys have a collective 40 at bats.
I gotcha.
See what I'm saying?
Yes.
But just like, how are we doing in?
How many days have you gotten a hit?
Yes.
Out of attempts. Got it.
Anyway, sorry.
All right, so Chris took Duran from the Red Sox. He went 1 for 5.
Hey, we're all streaking.
Dave's at 5.
All of us are.
I'm at 3. Chris is at 3. Chris, by the way, show leader, 16 of 53, 4 home runs, 8 RBI, batting .301.
Wow.
Also called one of Jackson Holliday's hits.
Yes.
That is true.
So here we go. New day. See if Dave can get to 6, I can get to 4, Chris get to 4.
Then give me Adley Rutschman.
Okay.
He is not like Rick Smits. He's not Flying Dutchman.
Got another line?
No,
Okay.
you try rhyming with Rutschman.
I'm going to the same team from the Baltimore Orioles, Gunnar Henderson.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, who are they playing today? Any idea?
The Oakland Athletics.
Oh, I got you.
I'll take Shohei Ohtani.
Shohei Ohtani, which is the same syllables as "show me the money," right? That's why that comes into my head all the time. When we return,
I'm glad I finally understood what you're saying.
I know. I was explaining it. I was like, why isn't this easy to? And I was just explaining. I'll take the L. We'll take a break. I'll absorb my L, and when we come back, Brandon,
I'll have the answer for you.
Will that quickly?
Yeah.
I was okay. Wow, Jason Ross is a machine. We're right back after this.
Did you miss any part of our live local shows? Don't worry, you never have to miss them again. Check out sacktownsports.com and search our podcast page and play our shows when you want. The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Stiles and Watkins, and the Drive Guys. Plus, other podcasts like Return of the Empire, Return of the Roar, the Stingers Up podcast, and Golf to Go with Frank LaRosa.
They're all available right now on sacktownsports.com.
I didn't ask to be thrown in the streets with nowhere to go. I didn't think I'd survive. But I did ask for help, and Covenant House was there for me.
1 in 10 young adults will experience a form of homelessness this year. For these kids who didn't ask to be put in this unthinkable situation, Covenant House is there.
Covenant House helped me break the cycle of homelessness in my family. They gave me the love that I needed.
Over 2,000 young people will sleep safely in a Covenant House bed tonight. When youth who are experiencing homelessness have a hot meal, a safe place to sleep, medical care, and love, they can overcome heartbreaking challenges and have a brighter future.
They just really genuinely just wanted to help me succeed, and I'm succeeding. I'm a speaker, I'm an author. Covenant House really helped me and really helped mold me into the woman I am today.
If you or someone you love is asking for help, go to safeplacetosleep.org today.
You can host the best backyard barbecue. You find a professional on Angie to make your backyard the best around. Connect with skilled professionals to get all your home projects done well. Inside to outside, repairs to renovations. Get started on the Angie app or visit Angie.com today. You can do this when you Angie that.
Don't pay retail for your diamond engagement ring or gift. Come to CleanOrigin.com. Founded by a leading family in the diamond industry for more than a century, we're experts in lab-grown diamonds because that's all we do. Clean Origin, the only diamond jewelers who give you a 100-day, no questions asked return on your purchase. Head to CleanOrigin.com or one of our retail stores and mention code Radio10 for 10% off your purchase. That's CleanOrigin.com, code Radio10.
Seems like all this artificial intelligence stuff stirs up the age-old debate of man versus machine. Hi, it's Dan from the Good Feet store, and let me ask you, would you let a robot cut your hair? Would you rely on an app to teach a kid to ride a two-wheeler? Let's face it, some things require the human touch. People come to us seeking a solution to foot, leg, and back pain after trying all kinds of things recommended by in-store machines or website blurbs. An impersonal, generic approach to solving a problem that's unique to you. No wonder they usually don't work. At the Good Feet store, you'll meet with an arch support specialist who will take the time to learn about your needs, your feet, your lifestyle, and then fit you from over 300 models and sizes of arch supports, designed for pain relief, better balance, and more comfort.
Do you have sore feet, an aching back, or plantar fasciitis? Then get to the Good Feet store nearest you for your free arch support fitting. Good Feet arch supports are only available at the Good Feet store.
Want more speed? Well, Xfinity just increased their internet speeds, and they're faster than ever. It's time to get more out of your internet with faster speeds from Xfinity. Now through June 21st, get 150 megabit Xfinity internet for only $19.99 a month for 12 months with a 1-year contract. That's double the speed for the same great price. Click, call, or visit a store today. Requires paperless billing and autopay with stored bank account. Restrictions apply. Equipment, taxes, and other charges extra. After promo, regular rates apply. Actual speeds vary.
It's a myth to think you don't play golf well enough to get fitted for golf clubs. The professionals at the Hagen Oaks Player Performance Studio would argue that playing the game with golf clubs properly fitted to your body and swing characteristics is the best way to improve your game and have more fun on the golf course. With a professional staff of fitters, All the major brands of equipment and cutting-edge technology featuring TrackMan, the indoor-outdoor Hagen Oaks Player Performance Studio is worth a look. See for yourself, Fulton Avenue at the Cap City Freeway. Schedule your fitting at 916-808-2531, 808-2531.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
Your home for Kings basketball for over 25 seasons.
No look, Bibby to Weber, down the lane, flying jam. There's your play of the night right there. It's inside is Sabonis, a two-hand rip, a brilliant pass from De'Aaron Fox.
KHTKAM Sacramento, KYMX HD2 Sacramento.
Sacktown Sports.
The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sacktown Sports.
Hey, it's Friday.
Yeah, it is.
You know what I'm doing tonight, Jason?
What's that?
I'll give you a hint.
Playing spades.
Playing spades.
Yeah.
Got my spades uniform on.
Uniform.
Yeah. Says I got 6 in a possible. You know.
I do know.
You crunched the numbers during the break.
Yeah, so you were asking for the amount of days we've played this. How many times have we gotten a hit, correct? Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
So, Dave, you've played 18 times of going streaky. You have a hit in 12 of the 18.
That's pretty good.
I've done it 19 times, one more day. I've got a hit also in 12, so one less than you.
Really good.
Chris has played it less, 14 times, but he's got a hit 9 of the 14.
Wow.
Yeah.
So our averages are all really
pretty good. Yeah.
Well, that's why we have the jobs we do.
There you go.
Is because we know baseball.
Sure.
Like the back of our hands, just like we know every single person on the roster.
Yeah.
Much like Brandon Nunes.
Yes, he does.
Senior Kings insider for Sacktown Sports.
Last appearance for this season.
Yeah. You know what I was thinking would be kind of a funny thing to do because, look, I have gotten a couple of notes. I'll be honest. Got a couple of notes over the last couple of weeks because Brendan missed a couple of shows.
Mm-hmm.
And we're a family here, and a lot of times we handle stuff internally. And so I got a couple notes. It's like, hey, I thought you guys were punishing Brendan. I will just say it was handled internally, and I think the way Brendan handled it was fantastic.
I agree.
And all is forgiven.
Yeah.
But I did think it'd be kind of funny, though, to bring him on and as a joke, you and I not be in here and just Chris be like, yeah, Dave and Jason aren't here. Brendan, you got to carry the segment.
That's
just
clever.
on the fly.
Yeah.
But then I also thought probably not good radio to have somebody doing an entire segment by themselves on the phone.
Yeah.
But I thought about it.
Yeah.
Joining us right now for the final time this season, Brandon Nunes. Good morning, Brendan.
Good morning, guys. I think it would have been fair, and I am a little offended that you don't think I could have held my own for one segment.
No, to be clear, I 100% think you could. I was saying I don't think it would be good radio for you to do it on the phone. Now,
That's fair.
Now I can tell you this for a fact. I found out about half hour ago you were going to be on the phone and not in studio, which is fine, and it's part of the new norm. Brendan's a little under the weather today. We should acknowledge that, and we appreciate the fact that you weren't like, I'm going to push through and come in, and then the rest of us are sick next week.
Yeah,
especially with my immune system, which is not the best usually. So thank you for staying home and calling in and powering through. Had you, though, been healthy, Brendan, and had you come in studio, I promise you that's exactly what we probably wouldn't have missed the whole segment, but I would have had, because Jason, I know, would have been the one being like, all right, maybe like a minute, maybe two, but we would have pulled that on you, and I think you would have done just fine.
Yeah, I think I would have figured it out. I think that would have been deserved. It would, I would have figured it out. Figured out some way to just talk about how this egg maker is just not cutting it,
Good-natured hazing, by the way.
Yes.
If you're going to haze good-naturedly. But hold on.
He said something that.
Well, we were just.
I think that was a throwaway line.
Was that a throwaway line?
It was a throwaway.
Oh,
It was a
okay.
throwaway. Yeah. No, I told you my real feelings previously.
But I don't know. Maybe you got bored of it. Maybe something changed. Maybe it exploded. I don't know.
Dave got offended really fast.
I could tell.
I know. After all the time, I was like, guys, don't worry. If you don't like it, it's fine.
Yeah.
Deep down, a little bit of feelings.
Yeah.
Jason,
But
take
he
it
liked
away.
it. So, Brendan, tomorrow was going to be game 3. Golden One Center. Kings and, well, in this case, it would have been OKC. In your mind, I mean, there's lots of answers here. Why are the Kings not still involved? What happened? What happened here at the end to keep them away?
Hold on, they lost to the Pelicans.
Was that what it was? Oh, that's the only reason. Yeah,
I can confirm. I do believe they lost the game.
I didn't see that game,
and that may be the reason they're no longer playing.
Yeah, no, whether it's that game specifically or just obviously season's worth, just in your mind, why are they not, the 3 seed or whatever they did a year ago that, had everybody so excited?
Yeah, I mean, I think throughout the course of last regular season, they won a lot of really close games. And obviously, De'Aaron Fox was a big part of that, first clutch player of the year. And, a couple more wins makes all the difference. And this is only a 46 wins compared to 48 last year. Really not far off there when it comes to just win total. The West just got better. But I can't help but point towards Malik and Kevin going down in the last 15 or so games of the year, both of them going down in that time. And I think there was defensive progress you really saw in both of those games. In the previous New Orleans matchups, they were averaging, I want to say, around 125 in the first 6 games that they played in that play-in. The Kings did hold them down. It was just that they were unable to score themselves, which I think kind of had been the nature of the team since Malik and Kevin went down. And it's hard to overcome, really.
Brandon Nunes with us. Brendan is incredibly talented, also very young, and is still learning the ropes. For example, a couple days ago, right after the Sixth Man of the Year voting came out, Brandon Nunes quote tweeted Shams Charania's announcement, and Brendan said, incredibly, just really, this is a rookie move. Brendan said, and I quote, "Sad for Malik Monk, but Naz Reid had a great season."
Boo.
Boo. A perfectly normal, logical, whether you disagree or agree, take on it. But I looked at some of the comments, Brendan, and I almost jumped in there to defend my guy, but then I was like, no, I want to watch him get beat on for a while. That's the fun of social media.
Dave, those are actually my favorite comments. I'm definitely guilty of liking all the people that are hating on me. It is just some of my favorite social media interactions. But, for Sixth Man of the Year, I think what it comes down to is I just felt like, I know it's the nature of it, but I felt like Naz Reid was getting tore down a lot in the process. And I really do feel like both guys were deserving. And, honestly, Minnesota is one of the darlings of the league this year when Sacramento fit that bill last season. So I get the argument for Malik. I just think that both were deserving, and I think the voting showed that.
Brendan, I know this week was busy for you and Frankie, the guys that cover this team on a regular basis, because after elimination, then there's the whole day. What was it? Monday, Tuesday, the exit interviews, and then a couple yesterday or 2 days ago, was Monty and Mike Brown. Of all of those that you heard, what was kind of your biggest takeaway from an individual or a comment or a quote? What was the one that kind of grabbed your attention the most?
Yeah, I mean, I think that because Monty and Mike were more recent, that probably sticks out a little bit more to me. But I would say that it's just more confirmation that from speaking with Monty McNair, general manager, that this is just a very opportunistic front office. I think that we've seen them function that way before, waiting for opportunities where maybe other teams don't have leverage that they typically do, or they're in a situation where maybe a guy asks out, and because of that, the price is a little lower than what it typically would be. I think that we've seen them do that with Domantas Sabonis, and yes, that took Tyrese Halliburton, but I think Indiana was at a spot where they were looking to move on from one of those guys, so the price was a little bit lower. Or on a smaller scale, Chris Duarte, when Indiana drafts Benedict Mathurin, they have Buddy Hield and all these other guards, all of a sudden lottery pick becomes available, the Kings go snag them up for a cheap second rounder. And I think that they feel like they are in a position where they have a lot of flexibility in order to capitalize on anything that may present itself this offseason. And I feel like that's the way that we've seen this roster be built, and kind of got what I feel like is confirmation that that's still what I'm expecting moving forward.
Brandon Nunes with us. Brendan, I'm going to run a question by you we've been screwing around with today on the show and on social media. The Kings have a lottery pick. By all accounts, this is a weak draft, but also we know better that certainly all-stars will be picked in this draft. We just don't know where. Would you, if the opportunity presented itself, Would you, in effect, trade the Kings lottery pick? And by trade, I mean just basically throw it to the wind and draft Bronny James if that meant that you were getting a salary cap fittable, opted out LeBron James for, let's say, the next 2 years? Would that be worth foregoing the lottery pick to you?
It's an easy yes for me. Now, I don't know if that is the scenario that we're dealing with.
No, of course. Yeah, of course. I'm just throwing it out there.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's hard for me to say no. It's LeBron James, who is still phenomenal. I know we're watching the Lakers get smacked around by the Nuggets, but team sport here. And I still think LeBron is, all NBA caliber guy. I have to say yes to that, I feel like.
Well, we have over 1,500 votes in since this morning. Would you like to take a guess as to what percentage of Kings fans are saying no and what percentage are saying yes to that?
Maybe we got like a 40 no, 60 yes.
Not bad.
Oh, where I went.
56.8 say yes. 43.2 say no. We all thought it would be a much more easy yes. I don't know if you know this or not either, but talk about synergy. LeBron James started his career in Sacramento.
It's true. Maybe he wants to come home. The King in the plays for the Kings. He had that old Instagram post where he got rid of one of the S's when he was warming up in Golden One Center. In the background just says King. It might fit.
Yeah.
There you go.
The King plays for the Kings.
Yeah.
Kings James.
What do you think their direction will be this offseason with that pick? With obviously Malik Monk has got to be a huge talking point for Monty in the front office, but kind of what's your best read on where the organization might attack this offseason?
Yeah, I mean, I think that we've seen the depth really need to be improved, and obviously no Malik or Kevin made that a little bit more of an issue than it typically would have been towards the end of the season. But I think that you have the MLE to work with, which gives you some flexibility there. And it's like the 13th odds, there's good players that often go towards the end of the lottery in the teams here. So it is another one of those where I think they do appreciate having the optionality. I could see them trading it for, I'm a big Mikal Bridges, Lauri Markkanen guy, or like Jimmy Butler is supposed to have contract extensions this offseason. If those don't go how he wants, and these are all seem pie in the sky, but things change very quickly in the NBA. So I'd kind of expect them to be sitting there big fish hunting. But if the right opportunity isn't necessarily there, that we've seen them willing to be very patient, then maybe it is just splitting up the MLE. And obviously what you want to do with that changes based on if Malik stays or not. But they really have some optionality here. So I'd imagine you try to see if there's a logical, big fish to go and chase. But if not, you have ways that you can split up getting some depth pieces, whether that be the 13th pick or the MLE and things like that.
Brandon Nunes joining us. We graded, if you will, Monty McNair today. We've been doing this all week with players and Mike Brown and, just playing a lot of their postseason comments. And the prevailing thought about Monty is that, the Nuggets seem to be a little bit of a blueprint. We played a clip earlier of Nikola Jokic saying you need 2 to 3 years just to learn to play with each other. When you look at Monty, it's been fairly pedestrian, except, a couple of good draft picks and the huge, grand slam swing he took with Halliburton Sabonis. But do you still have confidence that Monty's going to poke around and that we're probably getting a little bit closer to a big strike with him at some point?
I think we have to be. The timeline I keep really looking at is Keegan Murray, and he's going to get on his next contract, which we're not getting far from. But I think until you reach that point, while he's still on rookie contract and giving you, high-end starter caliber production, ideally, that you could bring in another notable deal and work with the finances that way. If it's a guy that's a little bit later in his career, they can have more of a responsibility while Keegan comes into his own and then sort of swap as it becomes appropriate later. But I mean, I think that everything that Monty does and this front office has done from my perspective, you can see the logic, and that makes it easy for me to continue to believe. I think that they have made sure that they continue to maintain and keep this like treasure chest of assets, not amazing assets, but enough to still, I think, go and take one of those big swings. So I'm still a believer. I still see the what I would say, I guess, is like the vision of how they do still have assets to go take that swing. But at some point, it's like, okay, well, when are you going to do it? And I think it has to be this offseason. We've seen him be very, very patient in the past. It wouldn't surprise me if we waited for a big swing until the deadline, for example, but it's got to be soon here. So I am following the logic, but at some point the swing has to happen in my mind.
Brendan, do you think they address Mike Brown this offseason with an extension, or is he going in kind of in that final year next year?
I think they should. I'll say that. I think that Mike has done everything that you've wanted in the 2 years that he's been here. I think the importance of stability that was kind of talked about in that Athletic article by some of the players. You guys have seen better than I have the instability that has been in Sacramento, whether that be in the front office or coaching staff, and just all the complications that come with that. I think that he's gotten the best out of De'Aaron Fox, Keegan Murray. Players like to play with him. He's gotten good coaches to be his assistants to the point where some of them, like Jordy Fernandez, are going getting other head coaching jobs. I think he's done everything that you could ask. I don't think that he's your Mark Jackson and you need to go find a Steve Kerr. I think that Mike Brown's one of the best coaches in the league, and I think it'd be a mistake if he's not around.
So if they don't re-sign him this summer, is it every bit understandable that it is A, going to be a distraction next year, and B, that's a little bit of ineptitude on ownership's part?
That's definitely where I would go to. And honestly, in my mind, I would worry that would just be the first domino. You know, I don't know any of this, but like from De'Aaron Fox's standpoint, how frustrating would that be? It feels like everything's clicked, and then that's what's going to end up happening. Or at least from my perspective, it feels like everything has started to click and you're trending in the right direction. Like, I would worry about that just being the first domino.
Yeah, I think and does it feel to you we've already kind of addressed all these things, but it does feel like for a team that was a 3 seed a year ago, missed out this year, this swing to launch back into the top 6 is really critical. It feels like a huge offseason for this team, don't you think?
It does. I think that the whole takeaway or the perspective I think that is important to have is just that this isn't linear. You guys mentioned Jokic talking about it taking a couple of years just to get accustomed to playing with each other. And I think that this is where we're at with the Kings. We saw this defensive progress from some of their core pieces. We still know there needs to be more talent on this roster before they take another jump. But I think that outside of, you could look at just end results of the season, ending in the 8th seed or 9th seed, not making the postseason outside of the play-in games. Like, sure, that's technically a step backwards, but I think that some of the internal progress is still important for the long-term trajectory of this team. And this is still trending in the right direction, even though it's not all linear.
That is Kings insider Brandon Nunes talking about the season. And I'll ask you one more question since it's your final appearance on the program until training camp-ish, I guess.
Unless there's some breaking
draft,
news or
something like that. Yeah, we'll talk to him about the draft and, maybe summer league. Brendan, was this year a disappointment?
I would not say it was a disappointment. I did think coming into the year that they needed to at least have a competitive first round, but I'll say I think that it's reasonable to say that the goalposts moved when Kevin and Malik went down at the end of the year. There are certainly plenty of losses throughout the year you can go back and point to as bad losses, right? We all know plenty. I forgot until yesterday if there's a really bad Indiana loss in there too.
Without Halliburton or Siakam at home.
Yep. There's enough that you can probably forget a couple. But I still think that the goalpost did move, unfortunately, when Malik and Kevin went down at the end of the year. And again, I think that internal growth from Fox and Murray specifically is enough for me to still say that this season was not. I think disappointment is fine. I guess I'll say failure, I think, is a term that I would say is too far, but disappointment is a fine term. It's still, a positive trajectory, though, I'll say.
Okay. Yeah. Well, we appreciate all your work this year, Brendan. You can continue to read Brendan, Frankie, and all of our folks right at sacktownsports.com. And yes, we'll be seeing you obviously in the halls, but we'll be talking to you throughout the summer and, get some rest, go to Cancun, and we'll see you next year.
There we go. Appreciate it, guys.
All right. Thank you. Bye-bye. That's Brandon Nunes. Hey, Jason.
Yeah.
How do we grade Brendan? It's tough.
Yeah, missed some appearances, but the it's how you finish, right? And he got back on the show.
Yeah. Would it be
Impressive.
fair to say would the player comp for Brandon Nunes in a sense be Harrison Barnes, in the sense that you love him when he's on, it's quality, but he doesn't always show up? Although, Harrison did play in all 82.
Right.
He just
he Keegan home road splits.
Ooh.
What would make that Frankie? What would Frankie be?
Frankie's like Mateen Cleaves.
What?
Wow.
I don't just what? Oh wow, shade at Mateen Cleaves.
Shade at Frankie.
Ultimate teammates. Always has your back, waving the towel. See, that's
not in the game.
That's the difference between. Well, none of us are in the game. That was my point. We're all on the sidelines watching. But
you're calling
the ultimate
Brendan Harrison Barnes.
Yes,
a
starter.
Guys, I'm just trying to clean up what I said, and you're not letting me because it was.
Oh, you can have this.
It was
Go
top,
ahead.
It was top of the head. It was initially. I didn't realize it was an insult to Frankie. I love Mateen Cleaves. I think if Frankie were here, he'd be the pizza guy, right? He is the pizza guy.
So Isaiah Thomas.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. Comes in, hits some shots in the clutch. Sometimes he has cold days. Sometimes he has hot days. He's reliable. He's a great guy. I don't like that you backed off the microphone. We'll take a break. Excuse me. When we come back, what to watch this weekend, including day 2 of the NFL draft. Friday fun and games. Oh, we got to do celebrity birthdays in the next segment, too. Sit back, relax. We'll be right back after this.
You never know what you might hear when listening to a Sacramento Kings game.
Out of Keegan, going for another triple. Man, is he feeling it. Keegan, can he do it? Yes, there's number 11, Keegan Murray. Keegan steps back. He just knocked down his 12th three-pointer, a Kings franchise record. He's got 45 points.
Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with Sacktown Sports and the Sacktown Sports app.
With no fees or minimums and no overdraft fees, banking with Capital One is the easiest decision in the history of decisions. Kind of like choosing Derek Jeter as the pinch hitter for your baseball team.
Jeter, you're in. We need a home run.
I'll give it a try. I've swung a bat once or twice.
That's out of here. Yep, even easier than that. With no fees or minimums and no overdraft fees, is it even a decision? That's banking reimagined. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank for details. Capital One NA, member FDIC.
If you're looking for $500,000 to $1 million or more of affordable term life insurance, we're Term Provider, experts in finding affordable term life insurance for those that may not be in perfect health. Prostate cancer, heart conditions, high cholesterol, or on prescription medications, you may still qualify for $500,000 to $1 million or more of affordable term life insurance. Call Term Provider at 800-337-4168. 800-337-4168.
The NFL's leading rusher plays here.
And a handoff to McCaffrey, walks in the end zone. Handoff to McCaffrey, takes it right down to the goal line. He does his thing again. McCaffrey goes in motion right. Backwards pass led by Juszczyk. A block there. Hurdles a man. 10-5. Touchdown! CMC!
You can hear all of Christian McCaffrey's touchdowns on your home for 49ers football. Sacktown Sports.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Folsom Lake Kia.
I'm Tamara Berg in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. A pretty unsettled day ahead for your Friday. Expect a quiet start to the morning with showers developing later this afternoon. Chance for a few isolated thunderstorms as well. Highs stay in the upper 60s. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA 3 app.
Spring savings continue at Folsom Lake Kia. Low payments, special offers, zero down deals on approval of credit. Shop your trusted Kia dealership for over 25 years and tell them DC sent you. FolsomLakeKia.com.
Country in the Park is back May 17th and 18th at Cal Expo with Brantley Gilbert, Dustin Lynch, Jake Owen, Walker Hayes, and more. Tickets start at just $46. Country in the Park, May 17th and 18th at Cal Expo. For more information, visit CITPFest.com.
Brought to you by the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Local 340.
Want more speed? Well, Xfinity just increased their internet speeds, and they're faster than ever. It's time to get more out of your internet with faster speeds from Xfinity. Now through June 21st, get 150 megabit Xfinity internet for only $19.99 a month for 12 months with a 1-year contract. That's double the speed for the same great price. Click, call, or visit a store today. Requires paperless billing and autopay with stored bank account. Restrictions apply. Equipment, taxes, and other charges extra. After promo, regular rates apply. Actual speeds vary.
You've been waiting all winter for the snow to melt and the golf course to awaken. It's time for your long-awaited spring golf getaway to Plumas Pines Golf Resort in beautiful Gray Eagle, California. The timing is perfect to take advantage of Plumas Pines Spring Special. You can walk the course for $75 or ride for $90, available 7 days a week through May 23rd. Beneath towering pines adjacent to the Feather River, Plumas Pines Golf Resort offers a spectacular round of mountain golf. You'll love the grandeur of the Sierra, the calmness of Gray Eagle, and the wonderful test of golf at Plumas Pines with spring special rates of $75 to walk and $90 to ride 7 days a week until May 23rd. Make your reservation at plumaspinesgolf.com. Whether you visit for the day or stay a few days, Plumas Pines Golf Resort will make your play memorable. Visit plumaspinesgolf.com and make your tee time reservations for the spring special rates available 7 days a week. That's plumaspinesgolf.com.
Kevin Lewis with National Garage Door, reminding you that in Sacramento, National Garage Door is the king of garage doors. We service, sell, and install garage doors and openers. Call us today for your basketball special. A new 16x7 Rainer garage door with insulation and a belt drive opener for only $24.49 installed. Give us a call today, 916-638-4554.
638-4554 National Garage Door.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave inviting you to make the switch to electric this spring and save big with American Energy. Stay ahead of those spiking energy bills this summer with up to $9,000 in rebates on a new ultra-high efficiency comfort system. American Energy is providing huge rebates from SMUD as well as spring specials by installing one of many incredibly efficient AC options available to you right now. Get rid of those fluctuating gas bills in the winter and switch to year-round all-electric with American Energy. Let them perform a free in-home energy efficiency analysis and see where they can help you save for the warmer months ahead. These guys are the best. Been serving the greater Sacramento area since 1981. A+ from the Better Business Bureau. Learn more by calling 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
Grab the keys to a new Toyota. Get ready to take on the great outdoors in a brand new Toyota truck. Answer the call to adventure with powerful performance and start exploring. Right now, get low 1.99% APR financing on the powerful 2024 Tundra and Tundra Hybrid. Or check out the all-new redesigned 2024 Tacoma. Toyota. Let's go places. Offer available through TFS to buyers with premium-rated credit. Excludes TRD Pro. Ends 4/30/24.
Two young fathers are shot to death outside an iconic Utah restaurant.
I said, your dad has been hurt really bad.
The grief was disorienting for those left behind until one choice changed everything.
I just remember writing this letter, and it wasn't me writing it.
Can a personal decision shape generations?
We're all falling for this guy's trick.
I'm Amy Donaldson. Season 2 of The Letter, Ripple Effect, is available now. Follow us at theletterpodcast.com or wherever you get your podcasts.
Waddy here, reminding you that not all gas grills are created equal. Bring out all the delicious flavors in your grilled meats with the amazing Napoleon Prestige and Prestige Pro line of outdoor cookers. My Napoleon Stainless Steel Pro Series gas grill has turned me into a grilling pro with features other grills cannot match. They're built different, built better, built to last. Made with premium stainless steel that boasts quality and a lifetime warranty. I may never want to cook indoors again. Napoleon grills and accessories are now available at your nearby Amy's, Ace Hardware in Sacramento, and now El Dorado.
They bleed black and purple. It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on your local sports leader, Sacktown Sports.
The studio is starting to remind me of my house with the toilet paper rolls that my family won't put back on. I'm sitting here, I look over here, I was like, oh, I need some hand sanitizer. I reach over, not one, but two completely empty bottles. How hard is this? Look, it's in the garbage. What? I can't believe I did that. Is there hand sanitizer in there, Chris?
Maybe enough for 3 squirts.
This coming from you. That isn't that all your collection over there, pretty much?
No. This is my shirt I'll be taking home.
Yeah, why can't you just put your stuff away, guys?
This is the beam that I leave here for everyone.
Okay.
That's not my shoe.
It's not?
No, I don't know whose shoe that is.
It was your basketball,
it's Marcus Cousins' shoe. It was my basketball. Nate's Bubbles.
Yeah.
Not Bubbles, but his movie.
Movie Bubbles. Yeah, that's true. Pliers. Don't know why. The salt and pepper is not mine. The ibuprofen is, but again, that's the ibuprofen and the multivitamins.
Hasn't that been there for years?
Has. I do have like a little mini mart I try to keep over here of trail mix or Nutri-Grain bars or stuff that I for the, let's be honest, Kyles of the world who are in here and stuck on a weekend or something. Yeah. It's not like there's a restaurant down the street, but I'm not like leaving dog beds here for weeks.
You have not left your dog bed here for weeks at all.
Should probably take that back home. We'll get to celebrity birthdays here in just a minuto. There is a new DoorDash thing I saw, and I can't remember, or I can't find it right now, but apparently there's a new initiative where in certain cities they will be offering up ballpark eats, but like not necessarily from the ballpark, but ballpark themed menus that certain restaurants. So like, a chicken strips basket. And I'm going to say this about delivery. Like, it's convenient, but let's be honest. You pay a price in
DiGiorno.
You pay a price. Like, if you get a pizza delivered, that's great. We got a pizza delivered last night.
You did?
We did, as a matter of fact.
Is that because we talked about pizza yesterday?
We went to the exact same, not the one, but we went to the one that everyone was ripping on. Oh. There were 3 pizza chains mainly talked about. We went to the one that we went to the one that is
that
also,
you defended a little bit.
Yes, that I said they try really hard.
Oh,
yeah, that
you
one.
did that
because it's right by our house.
Okay,
can I get a hint?
It's also like I'll be playing.
Chris, I play you in this.
Yeah, I'll be playing spades tonight, but we could also play this game.
You know what? That's not fair of me to say that, because I would say when I have gone there, it's been like, oh, it's fine.
That's what I'm saying. That should be their slogan. Oh, it's fine.
Like, try us.
Try us. And
it was okay.
Without saying their name, I will say I appreciate effort. And I feel like over the last 5 years, they've really tried. They've really tried. And it's incredibly edible pizza.
But you did it because of proximity, correct?
Yes, I did it mainly because of proximity.
If you had an option, you would not have.
Well,
you had an option.
Price being considered, yes.
Okay.
Like, there's certainly better pizza in town. But also, I just can't in good conscience usually. I can't pay $40 for a large pizza, dude. I just can't. I can't. I paid $40 for pizza last night. You know what I got? I got 3 medium specialty pizzas and cheesy sticks.
Oh, man, I'm out of cash.
So you have something to come home to.
You're damn right. And I also have leftover enchiladas, too. Oh, it's going to be a fun weekend. It's not what I was talking about. Oh.
Stinky.
Yeah, 100%. When you get a pizza delivered to you, though, like, cardboard boxes are natural, like, steamers. So you're not getting the same. Pizza delivered is not the same as pizza at the place. I can't remember last time I ate pizza at a pizzeria, but it's better. Same thing. Like, you get chicken strips and stuff delivered. No, they're fine, but it's a little steamy.
But I'm trying to think of like a sit-down pizza place.
Well, all of them you can, right?
Yeah. Not all, but, you can go to your, like the 2 we were talking about yesterday that are high-end chains. There's 2 in particular that are high-end chains. They've got sit down. What I miss, this was the worst thing about COVID, other than all the people that died, obviously. Like, that was the worst thing about COVID was all the people that died. Let me be clear on that, and all the people that were affected. One of the worst effects of COVID on businesses is there's no more, like, it killed the buffets, man.
Yeah.
Remember, you used to be able to go into certain pizza places in the afternoon, pay like $10, and you get like all you can eat pizza and salad. Gone. The Thunder Valley Crab Buffet on weekends, gone. I relied on that thing, man.
Relied on.
No, well, every couple of months, wife and I'd head on out, put our bibs on, get our crackers. I'm talking about
There's a group of you guys together.
the metal nut crackers they give you to crack open the crab, and let's go. And I would be going one by one piece of crab. My wife's the one that does the whole, like, I'm going to crack the whole crab and then put it in a pile and eat it. I miss that.
Okay.
Celebrity Birthdays brought to you by Crumble Cookie. Birthdays are meant to be spent with family and friends, and nothing brings family and friends together better than Crumble Cookie.
Well, I'm going to do an audible here because Celebrity Birthdays is going to be a part of our Friday Fun and Games. The birthday grid is back. It's coming your way in a moment.
I don't remember.
I hate the birthday grid.
I don't remember the birthday grid.
Oh, I love that.
Was I here for the birthday grid?
You're going to see it.
Oh.
I want to see it.
I want to see it.
So what are we going to watch tonight?
Well, we're going to watch the Bucks at the Pacers.
Yay!
That's going to... I'm excited for that. There's a little... I love a little extracurriculars.
Yeah.
There's that. Clippers, that series tied up at 1. Clippers Mavericks to Dallas tied up at 1. Have you been when was the last time you were in Dallas? T-Wolves up 2-0 on the Suns.
You're getting a difficult birthday grid. Really? Come on. I didn't even like that.
I'm laughing because he's laughing.
What's Jason's reaction?
I know. That was
the last time you went to Dallas. I don't know.
What if like Jason just lightly threw an empty coffee cup at me? What if that like weirdly broke a rib and I collapsed from it? Would you feel bad?
No.
A's
would have been like, that's impressive throw.
That's what you get. A's at Orioles, Pirates at Giants.
Arr.
NFL draft day 2.
Let's go. We're going.
Rounds 2 and 3.
Sure.
We're off to Detroit.
Yep.
And I will be attempting. Oh, by the way, and tomorrow, the big one. Birmingham visits John Smith Stadium, Huddersfield Town. Got to win this to stay unrelegated.
Is it a must-win?
It is beyond a must-win. If they lose tomorrow, or I think pretty much if they even draw or tie, that's it. They're relegated. They're going down to League One. If they win, they get the full 3 points. They still need a little help. But the betting people said this morning, I read it, said that there is an 81.6% chance the Terriers get relegated this year. Next year, all of our coverage will be League One coverage right here on your home of the Huddersfield Town Terriers.
Hey, that's where Wrexham is.
Yes, we will be playing Wrexham. Okay, he just did the thing to me that I did to you earlier. So now we have to both gang up on Chris at some point.
He's going to get a really difficult birthday grid.
Coming up in a couple weeks, Man City in the FA Cup final. Stay tuned. Celebrity birthdays are not happening. We'll take a break. When we come back, Friday Fun and Games, Celebrity Birthday Edition. I'm scared. We'll do it next.
Subscribe to Sacktown Sports on YouTube and watch the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Stiles and Watkins, and the Drive Guys. Live Monday through Friday from 6 to 6. Plus view archive shows and exclusive content.
Subscribe at youtube.com/Sacktown Sports.
Welcome to the April Adventure sales event at Kia Vacaville, where they're ushering a new season with unbeatable lease options for their 2024 lineup. As April blooms with possibilities, it's the perfect time to discover the thrill of driving a Kia, featuring the luxurious and versatile Kia Telluride. During April Adventures, Kia Vacaville is excited to unveil their top models with irresistible lease offers. Feel the exhilaration of the all-new Kia Sportage, blending captivating design with dynamic performance. Experience the impressive fuel efficiency of the Kia Niro, a hybrid wonder that stretches your adventures further. And don't miss out on the chance to boost your journeys with the luxurious comfort and practicality of the Kia Telluride. Available now at Kia Vacaville. Embrace the look of spring with their eco-friendly Kia hybrid options, tailored for those who seek efficiency without sacrificing style, with the EV9 in stock. Kia Vacaville is your premier destination for electric excitement. Model availability, lease options, and features may vary. For more details, visit Kia Vacaville and embark on your April adventure today.
So here's a fact. 85% of the population will suffer from foot pain in their lifetime. That's almost everyone. So you'd think there'd be plenty of healthy long-term remedies, but there just aren't, right? Hi, I'm Dan from the Good Feet store. You know, people come in all the time sharing the same frustrating story. Bought this, tried that, been there, done whatever, all different kinds of things, but all with a similar result. Nothing. A discouraging and endless cycle of disappointment. If this rings a bell, don't despair. There is hope. If you think you've tried everything, you probably haven't tried Good Feet arch supports from the Good Feet store. They're designed to relieve, even eliminate, the pain commonly caused by certain foot conditions like plantar fasciitis, bunions, flat feet, and others. Plus, provide better balance and increased comfort.
Do you have sore feet, an aching back, or plantar fasciitis? Then get to the Good Feet store nearest you for your free arch support fitting. Good Feet arch supports are only available at the Good Feet store.
Hey, UC Davis fans, Aggie football season tickets are available now. Whether you're coming out to see the dynamic, fast-paced offense under new head coach Tim Plow and All-American running back Land Larison, or bringing the kids out to roll down the grass hills and run on the field at halftime's more your speed, UC Davis Football Games has something for everyone. Secure your 6 Saturday games now with a season ticket package by calling the ticket office at 530-752-2471 or go online at ucdavisaggies.com/tickets. Go Ags!
Guys, did you know your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED? And right now, Revive Men's Health Sacramento will check your testosterone for free. They're in Midtown in the Cal Sutter Medical Building and also offer telemedicine appointments. Schedule your free testosterone test, exam, and consultation today. Call 916-365-4566. That's 916-365-4566 or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
Whether you prefer thrills or serenity, the 2024 Accord from Elk Grove Honda delivers both. With Honda Sensing Standard, the 2024 Accord is once again a winner of the 2024 Car and Driver's 10 Best Cars, making Honda the winningest brand in car and driver award history. Drive a 2024 Accord Hybrid and see for yourself what the fuss is all about. We're Elk Grove Honda in the Elk Grove Auto Mall, Highway 99 at Elk Grove Boulevard.
I gotta get an Elk Grove Honda.
Power Business Technology is proud to be 100% independent, locally owned, and managed Toshiba copier dealer. Local ownership cuts out the red tape, allowing ourselves to never be too busy to personally answer the call when our clients need us. Recognized for excellence in service execution, training, and customer service, we're proud to be named a 2022 Toshiba ProMasters Elite Dealer. Contact us today for all of your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729, or visit us at powercopiers.com.
We have finally made it to Friday.
Let's end your week the right way with Friday Fun and Games
on the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Here we go. Woo! Here we go.
Let's
it's
get
that
into
time.
It. Oh, yeah. No time to waste.
No time to waste. Again, it's time for the birthday grid. I teased it going to the break. Celebrity birthdays brought to you by Crumble Cookies. Birthdays are meant to be spent by family and friends, and nothing brings family and friends together better than Crumble Cookies. You guys have a sheet of paper in front of you. The grid is on the other side.
Do we turn it over?
Yeah, you can. Okay. You can look. So we're just going to jump right into the game. First round is offensive round. These are people having birthdays either today, tomorrow, or Sunday. They're celebrities, sports figures, whatever. Dave, this is the offensive round. You get to pick first from all... What is this, about 30 entries on there?
Yes.
Someone you feel most confident with. If you get it right, you get +3. Every year you're off, it's a minus. So we're keeping score.
All right.
Dave,
so I get to pick the grid. I'm going to take Aaron Judge.
How old is Aaron Judge turning this week?
Aaron Judge is turning 29.
29. -3. He's going to 32.
God, he's old.
Alan.
Wow, he is.
Okay, I will go with
Judge is off the board.
Keenan Allen.
Okay.
I'm going to say Keenan Allen is 32.
Keenan Allen is 32. Keenan Allen is 32.
Wow.
Allen knows his Allens.
Wow. That's right. Great name.
Verlaud, you're next. Chris Verlaud.
I am going to take Jessica Alba.
Okay.
And I believe she is 43.
Okay. Believing she is 43. She is 43.
Wow. Actually, a big Jessica Alba fan.
Such a loser. Of course, she's in Machete.
Sure.
The what?
Machete.
No time. Go.
No time.
What?
Yeah.
I will go with Arch Manning.
Okay. How old is Arch Manning turning?
I will say Arch is a 19-year-old.
Okay. So Arch Manning is turning 19.
Oh, yeah.
Dude,
So
everybody nailed it but me.
yeah, you're only 6 back already. Hello.
Damn it.
But here's where you can have your influence. This is the defensive round. Dave, you get to pick from the other 3 one person off of this, and you could say, I want to give this to Alan or to Chris or to Chris.
Oh, let's see.
You want to do some damage. Drop a hammer here.
Yes, I am going to drop the hammer. I am going to give George Gervin to Chris Watkins.
George Gervin to Chris Watkins. How old is George, the Iceman Gervin?
The Iceman is, we will say, 73.
Okay. Dave, you dropped a hammer of -1.
Wow. Good
72.
job, Chris.
Wow.
Okay.
Nice.
So, Alan, you get to drop the hammer on anybody but Chris Watkins.
Sorry, Chris Verlod. How old is Too Short?
Too Short is.
I remember
when I was 19.
You can't do math.
He is 59.
59. Alan, your hammer is worth -1.
He's 58?
58.
Yeah. Dang.
All right. So now we are at Chris Verlod. You have to drop the hammer on either Dave or Alan.
Dave.
What?
How old is Kevin James?
Christ. Kevin James is 58.
This hammer was worth -1.
Oh,
59.
okay,
Very
me.
good on this
Did
defensive
better than
round.
the one I went on offense. That was only funny to me.
Focus here.
Right.
Chris Watkins, you have to drop the hammer on your partner here.
Oh, Thousand Watkins.
Don't do it.
Oh, no.
I know what you're looking at.
I'll do Drew and Jonathan Scott.
Hello. Home Improvement Crew.
Right.
I'm so glad. I had no idea who that was.
That's why you take it off the board.
Yeah.
Right. Home Improvement Crew. Okay, based on that, I'm going to
Did I help
say.
you?
Yeah, I'm going to say.
Wait, was that the kid? The middle kid?
That was Jonathan Taylor Thomas.
I'm sorry.
I'm going to say, yeah, based on that, I'm going to say, 55.
55. Ooh. Pretty effective hammer here. -9. 46.
Oh, in the.
All right. So after 2
Like
rounds,
how you tried to cover it.
Dave is at -4. Alan's at -6. Chris Verlod is and Chris Watkins are both at +2. This round is my choice.
Okay.
Dave,
What?
I would like you to tell me the age of. Let's go with Bill Wennington, former King.
Oh, God. Bill Wennington is 66.
All right. -5. He's 61.
Wow.
Alan, tell me how old John Daly is today or this week.
John Daly.
Carmichael's John Daly.
Yeah.
Is it? Yeah. Or Carmichael.
Is he 69?
Okay. He is not. That's -11.
Oh,
He's 58.
Whoa. Wow. I would not have thought he was that young.
That's not your fault.
Wow.
Chris
It's not your
Verlod,
fault.
tell me how old Hall of Fame shortstop Barry Larkin is.
Barry Larkin is 62 today.
-2. He's 60.
Oh, man. This
And
is Verlod putting the pressure
Let's
on.
go to Watkins, and let's say how old is
Nobody can see Verlod's screen. But,
Oh,
just
good
throwing
point.
that
That's a
out there.
strong point.
action figure Jet Li.
This is going to be one
This
of those.
is terrible.
It
This
really
is
is.
so bad.
Don't have to overthink it.
Well, what was his debut movie? Was
I would have
what?
liked Jet Li.
He
I
debuted
should
in
have
what?
given it to you.
2017.
Sure, why not?
Yeah.
We'll say Jet Li
Child actor.
would have been
Would have been.
60. Sure, why not? 67.
67.
Would have been.
-6. 61.
Yeah, there we go.
All right, last round here. We'll see here. The mystery round. It's those bottom questions you don't know what it is. This is in entertainment. Carmichael Dave.
Yeah.
On this weekend, in what year was the song from Twisted Sister, We're Not Gonna Take It, released?
1984.
Carmichael Dave, +3. Correct
Let's
answer.
go, D. Snyder!
Wow.
Alan, let's give you
Nice.
the movie Friday was released in what year?
Oh, shoot. Man, I think all the 90s movies were made older than you think. I'm going to say Friday.
Take your turn.
Was it 93?
95.
-2, 1995. Chris Verlaud, let's give you the Katy Perry song "I Kissed a Girl" was released when?
Katy Perry. No Katy Perry psychouts.
2010.
-2, 2008. And Chris Watkins, the movie Bridesmaids.
Oh, man.
Was released
2015.
-4, 2011.
Wow.
Okay,
Verlaud wins.
I don't know. Yeah, I think he did.
Upside down day, I win. Dave, I'm wearing the shirt you wore yesterday. I did that.
That's right. As a matter of
Do you have
fact,
the shoes on?
yours fits better. All right, lots of draft talk, King stuff, something else.
Emil Fergoso coming up. We'll have him for 30 minutes. Don't want to miss that. Breaking down all things Niners and the Raiders.
As he's not a snack, he's a meal. He'll join these guys next.
Hey, shout out to Joe Giroux, too.
Yes.
Yes. Happy trails, Joe Giroux. Many returns, and love you, big guy.
Or no returns.
Miss your pants.
What?
You always wore those
Wow.
cool-looking pants.
Feels
You always
like a
wore those
violation.
cool-looking- That's how we're going to end this week. Like
That's
that.
how you are.
You're listening to a Sacramento Kings game.
Keegan going for another triple. Man, is he feeling it. Can he do it? Yes, there's number 11, Keegan Murray. Keegan steps back,